Whalecome! I think I can say that. Whalecome, everyone, to the big red 40k stream of the day. The most exciting stream we have, at least I think, because we have seen more than just the silhouette, more than just a blurred picture, though it is still, of course, obscured, of the avatar of Khaine, the bloody-handed god of war and murder. I absolutely love this model so far. Like, I absolutely love this thing. Every time I see it from a new angle, I just love it more. It's a fantastic looking model. I can't stress enough how absolutely delightful it is to see the Eldar getting the model they deserve, and to see Khaine getting the model he deserves. J-Man the Marine, Whalecome! Whalecome also to Peter Miller, and Guardsman Holden, and Keith Moore, as well as, of course, Argo. Whalecome one, Whalecome all. It is a... Why does YouTube say you're playing God of War? Because I have in the title God of War. Has nothing to do with God of War. It's hilarious. YouTube's out there like, this fool's been playing the God of War. You could see it. He has God of War in the title of the stream. That's the only possible answer. G'day, Chris, and Whalecome. Same thing to McMester. Whalecome to you as well. What a great stream we have planned. The beginning of the stream, of course, we are going to be taking a bit of a deeper dive look at the avatar of Khaine. After that, I think we've got a few more leaks for the Chaos Space Marines. Not all of them good. A lot of people. There's going to be a lot of tears. There's going to be a lot of tears, boys. A lot of them. There's going to be some mad people. Because a bunch of people are about to have their Chaos Terminators invalidated. A bunch of people are going to have their Chaos Terminators invalidated. Looks like we have a slow start to the stream today. We've got 3 people on board with us today. I'm here so you can tell me what shit my poor Chaos Marines. No, man, like, that hurts for those Chaos Terminators, man. Those poor Chaos Terminators are gonna... I don't think it's gonna be a good trip, boys. I think we're heading on to a bad trip. I have one of these Lightning Claw squads. Yeah, man. Ah, your Fire Dragons. Good on you, Pete Miller. Give me 1 second here. I'm just going to make sure... I forgot that I have to announce... Because I didn't have a bot set up to do this for me yet. I have to announce the thing on the Discord. So we can get down like Discord, boys. We can get down like Discord. There we go. Sorry about that. Wrong tube, almost. Never fear, the Ginger is here. Terminators are nerfed with locked loadout, so chosen sell better with 3 wounds. Yeah, probably, Lord Discordant, but I think that's a bad move. I think that the Chaos community at this point is so sparse and chopped to pieces that even anything that they do like that is just going to drive people away. I actually saw a guy I used to communicate a fair bit with on Bolter and Chainswords being like, if these Terminator rumors are true, I'm turfing my army. And I was like, oh. Like, this guy's one of the main guys I've ever seen posting in the Chaos area. They're like, people are mad. People are not happy. Especially because they encouraged people for a full edition to build whatever models they wanted. Well, now all those Terminator configurations are about to get screwed. That's awful. Can I ask what color you would use for Deathwing Bone White? Oh boy, J-Man the Marine. Hello, Era, and Whalecome. Poor Valrax saltier than the Dead Sea? Oh, probably. He probably is. So, Grimgar, what's going to happen to Chaos Terminators is they're going to have locked loadouts, meaning that you can't have all... combi meltas. You can't have all combi plasmas or all combi flamers. or all lightning claws. You can only build them based off the parts that come in the initial box. That's the rumor. That's the rumor. And if that's the case, no one built them that way. No one built them that way. What happens now? It's not good. Not good. Well, Corvus, I believe indeed it is. Not me, of course, but let us pull up him. That, my friends, that, my brothers and sisters, this is, of course, the avatar of Khaine itself. So, as you can tell, some of those features are obscured, but we can actually get a good idea of what's here. He's wearing an actual helmet. So there's a it's not like the helmet and the face are one piece. The face is inside the helmet goes in over top the face. The pose, we can now see his full pose in full detail, including on the legs. He is standing on something, but it's not enormous, and it's got fire drenching up from the base. I love it. Like the world itself has been caught ablaze by the god of war. Chaos have to follow the rules. Tasty, tasty irony. Yeah, dude, not good. His leg is on fire. Yeah, both legs are on fire, actually. There's a bit of fire that's here that you don't see there, and there's a bit of fire that comes out of there. Because he's got magma for blood, dude. Hello, Yorgraka and Whalecome. I also don't know if I offered Corvus a warm Whalecome as well. Nice trying to use up Shop T-Bone. Well, so, I mean, like... First of all, you don't want to start with a dark layer, so you do not want to if you haven't already, do not prime those models black. I can't stress enough, do not prime those models black. You're going to want to prime them a lighter color, preferably white, but maybe gray. And then you're going to want to, if you use contrast, that's the easiest way. You just put Skeletal Horde over all of it, and then you dry brush to higher layers above it until you get to like an opaque white color. That would probably be the easiest way to do it, J-Man the Marine, but I've never painted a bone-colored Space Marine army before, but that may change at some point in the future, so you never know. Grimgar says, but Daddy, my Abby is my turn to take the combi melted. Jeff had it last time. Oh. How to spot some Chaos Terminators. So fucking sad. It is, man. Like, if you've read that, like, people are mad. People are mad. He has a big dangler. You know it. That's not a loincloth, my friend. That's just the product of his loins. I swear I never like bruh how in the Haddasranin and Hobgoblin-y it's got to... I don't know what you just said there, Frog. I'm sorry, man. That doesn't make much sense to me. Whalecome to you, Stuart Perry. You can prime them Wraithbone. That's what I did with my Solar Watch. Good advice from a man who has built and painted a similar army. Haven't opened the box. I just might return them. Ooh. Yeah, dude. I think that the Chaos Terminator stonks are down. To be honest, I think a lot of what you're seeing right now with the Chaos release, in terms of like the rumored, rules, a lot of people are overstating how powerful these things are because they don't have it in the right context. They have it in the context of, like, if their Space Marines had those rules. Well, Space Marines have higher damage and higher AP-based weapon systems. So all these buffed rules are for weak weapons and weak models. So that's kind of where things are not going to necessarily pan out the way people might imagine. I expect Chosen to sell okay. I genuinely think they've done so much damage to Chaos at this point. Even the medium tier book like they're putting out now is not going to be that resuscitative. I think a lot of people have walked away, and I think it's going to be a real struggle to get traction to bring people back. And as soon as you're shooting down things like Terminators or garbage now, that's a really bad choice on GW's part. Like a real bad choice. oh, this way we'll promote Chosen sales. No, you won't, man. This way you're just going to tell people to not play your armies. Ignore cover. Yeah, they ignore cover for the purposes of shooting at them. Yeah, that's what it seems to be. Davy Jones, Whalecome. Whalecome, Davy Jones. And also Whalecome to Jenkins as well. But yeah, the sword is the Wailing Doom. I love the way this blade looks. Both in the detailed shot and the silhouette shot, it is a beautiful sword. And again, normally I don't like top knots, but that's totally fine for, like, you know, a god of war. I don't mind. What a beautiful miniature. Beautiful shoulder pauldrons. The leg armor looks like it's going to be a class act. On the bright side, you can go full Kroot now. Scrap your termies and get some chickens built. Just going out there pecking people to death. Ah, no. Did the old models have earrings too? It had rings. Yeah, effectively, yes. Isn't the spear also called the Wailing Doom? Yeah, any weapon that Khaine is formed with is the Wailing Doom. Seems like the Wailing Doom will have an axe option too. Yeah, that's gonna be weird. I don't think an axe fits the elves very well. Do you not like Abaddon's Hairbear? I don't like Abaddon. Anything about Abaddon is usually in the toilet. Oh no, I meant the loincloth is hiding the Wailing Doom. Oh. Will Havoc suffer the same as Terminators? No, they're just getting 2 wounds. They're going to be exactly the same other than that. But you know what? You don't know. Maybe they're going to force you to take 2 Las or 2 rockets along with 2 of the other weapon systems. That would be a really bad choice. Half of Games Workshop. That would be very not wise. Yeah, I love the Avatar of Khaine. I'm fully backing this model. I don't know what price they're going to sell it at. I really hope I can justify buying this. I really hope I can justify buying it. As you guys know, I'm in the process of being unemployed at the moment, so I can't necessarily buy everything I want. But I really can. I really do hope I can buy this model. I don't even know how I would paint it. Is the sad truth of it, because like Eldar models and a model like this is not going to be easy to paint. Like the Avatar of Khaine is going to be a higher level model in terms of how you choose to paint it. Don't be intimidated by it, of course, but I myself only like to paint stuff that I believe I can paint at the level that I want it to be. I may pick this up, but I don't know if I'll paint it right away, because I'd be honestly kind of intimidated. I said don't be intimidated, but I would be. Yeah, I reckon it's going to be about 75 pounds. Somewhere in that range. Maybe 80. Your Gullyman is literally all blue. Yeah, he's gonna be green soon. He's gonna be green with envy as the Avatar of Khaine strides onto the battlefield and destroys the enemies of the Eldari people using the bloody-handed god of war. He's the bloody-handed god of war. All shall burn before Khaine's fiery wrath. I wonder if you can still count. You can still do Court of the Young Prince Squad, aka the Avatar and the Exart from one aspect. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to make this guy a monster. I get the urge to sell my models just after I realized I don't want to paint it. Come on, man. Don't be like that. Why are you wagging behind me, Ares? Huh? What are you doing? You're being such a weirdo again. Huh? But yeah, no, it looks brilliant. I really can't stress it enough. It looks brilliant. I suspect the full reveal is coming at LVO. I suspect... Generic Edgelord! Whalecome Generic Edgelord. Or he gets the Deep Sixth next chat. Oh yeah, dude, just watch. They're gonna come up with this guy's rules. It's like, the Avatar of Khaine is a model on the tabletop, and his model rules are that he's removed from play when he comes into contact with an enemy character model. Boo! Boo this game! Boo! He's like, yeah, he charged the apothecary, your Avatar of Khaine, Through a confluence and series of events, your avatar is immediately removed from play. All right, now that's enough, Ares. No, no. Not now. Go on. I played with you for 3 hours this morning. The Chaos hype is not reals, dude. People are not getting hyped for Chaos Space Marines. Like, what a disaster. All the leaks, normally leaks, like if you take a look at the leaks for the Eldar, people got hyped because they're like, oh my god. I don't think Tau are going to be that powerful, and people are hyped for Tau. People are not hyped for Chaos Space Marines. That is not in the process as to what is happening at the moment, and rightly so. Remove from play when he comes into contact with any Ultramarine. Oh, the Avatar did have a demon code word once. Grey Knights will have to field. Yeah, he probably will still. Fire Dragons with 70 damage per 10-man squad is going to be hilarious at 9 inches into a vehicle. No, they do even more damage to vehicles. It's actually been proven that it'll be... Oh, man, it's so ridiculous. Oh, yeah, they could knock out 2 Knights in a single round of fire easy. Cusping on 3 Knights, even. I'm hyped for models, as always, but the rules are just annoying at this point. Yeah, as I mentioned to you guys, be excited for the hobbying aspect of this stuff. You know, like, that's what my video today was about. It was just like, yeah, you know, the rules are the rules. The rules are awful. Like, we're talking rules right now because I think it's hilarious. Just, like, a complete lack of awareness in terms of, like, how to handle that faction as a rules entity. If you play Chaos, enjoy the models. That's the best I can offer you. Just enjoy the models. Buy the models, build the models, tell a story with the narrative of in your mind as you build and paint them, as you create the bases you wanted to demonstrate. Where they were fighting. Your lord can be this great captain or champion of some sort. It'd be perfect. As soon as you go over to like, oh, now I'm going to put him on the table. Maybe don't. maybe just don't. You know, just you know, you're fine. What? 100 moons per 10 models. It's ridiculous, Course Wayne. Just whoop, 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 whoop. There's too much killing power coming into this game. They're trying to hype people up to buy the models, but it's just going to make the game even more lopsided. I'm really not... Like, I'm not there with any of the rules. I don't like what they're doing with the Eldar for their punching power either. I think it's ridiculous. Enjoy mini wargaming's Vel touched. Oh yeah, I've not seen those in detail, but I've seen some people talking about it, and people seem to like what they're doing. I think that they're probably a better idea than some of what Games Workshop has put out. Chaos is going into the duffel bag of destruction, everybody. I'm telling you right now, the Chaos Space Marines are going back into the duffel bag of destruction. I do not see this being the thing that's going to work out for them, honestly. And I don't say that with any pleasure or anything like that. I just don't see it working out very well for them. Like, unfortunately. And I do mean that unfortunately. Like, it is genuinely unfortunate that it's unlikely to be a successful outing for Games Workshop in terms of what they're doing with Chaos Space Marines, and that sucks. Yeah, Kevin Roundtree, his writing pseudonym is actually just Matt Ward. Matt Ward is just his writing pseudonym. That's all it is. Looks like they do... they do like some very nice proxies. 500 for the entire current range is a good price. Not that I have to drop on a Chaos Force personally. Yeah, like, it's not bad, but I think they look kind of out of place with Games Workshop stuff, because they kind of have to. You know, make no mistake. I'm not... again, like, they look alright, but they're just not really my bag. They go into the duffel bag of the destruction and come out as Thousand Sons as Zinch demands. You will serve the changer of ways. No! As I just see the duffel bag shaking in the background. Ah! All the models you can hear snapping within before the dust spills out. I will place it within new armor, and it shall become glorious. I know. It's terrible. The sun has caught me. You can see my glorious appearance. So yeah, no, it's gonna be a good model, man. Like, this Avatar of Khaine is gonna be spectacular. I made this the title of the video today because I think it's the big news of the day, getting the real silhouette of this guy. Getting the full pose. We know what he looks like from the previous pictures we've seen. I've did a video on that as well. But I think that having the full idea of his stature and his pose, I think this is an absolutely spectacular model. I cannot tell you guys enough. Buy this model when it comes out if you play Eldar. If you play Eldar, this is going to be well worth your time. There's just no question about it. It's going to be one of the most... I think it's going to be the model of the year. I'm telling you right now, I call Avatar of Khaine for 2022. I think there's almost... I can't imagine what they could come out with for the rest of the year that's going to top this thing. Like, genuinely, it's going to be... And, like, once you get people doing their own paint jobs on it, so not the GW Heavy Metal team, but, like, who aren't bad by any means. I'm not calling out Heavy Metal. But when you see people who are, like, the real top-end painters out there, Golden Demon Award winners, and that type of stuff, you're going to see the Avatar of Khaine come to life in ways that you... Like, it's going to be incredible what people put together for this model. Eldar have such a heavy level of a painting community in it, and when those guys get a hold of this thing, it's going to be stunning. I can't stress enough how much I expect this to look just top quality. Turn your models into dust today. Come out of the duffel bag as Zangors. All these mutated beast men. Chaos Terminators will be models of the year. Yeah, they're going to be the models of the year in the duffel bag of destruction, dude. Listen, Chaos is going to be great. They're finally going to crawl up from beneath the garbage container in lore and rules. They're just going to be great. Wow. Wow, Generic Edgelord. I think that's the hot take. No, the models of the year will be the new Chaos Terminators. Trust me, Chaos Space Marines are a thing, yo. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Lots of spice in the chat today. Oh, wow. Let's see here. I'm buying it, and I don't play Eldar. Yeah, like, I'm buying it, too. I asked Val on stream if he thought it would be the model of the year, and he didn't notice. Yeah, like, I think it's going to be the model of the year. I think there's almost no way that this doesn't come out as model of the year. If this isn't the model of the year, again, like, we're going to have to see... We are going to have to see what happens with everything involving this miniature. And we're going to have to see what else is coming out over time. But I like Chaos Knights, but they're just not the same thing as something like this. So I don't think the Chaos Knight is going to supplant this thing as the model of the year. There's nothing like Be'lakor on the horizon. I think that the reason why some people are holding out is they think Angron is going to look better than the Avatar of Khaine. I am biased, and I do not believe that will be the case. I personally believe that the Avatar of Khaine is going to be the model of the year. I think that is... I think between the pose, the legendary stature of the model, just all of the art decisions I've seen behind this, and once it's painted by an expert to really give off what the Avatar of Khaine is supposed to be, I just think there's just no way around it. This is going to be the model of the year. At least for me. And on top of that, everybody... Who wants me to pull up the Bolter and Chainsword thread on this? Because this is spicy. I have seen the leaked rules for it as well, John Penn. We have seen that on like, we actually looked at it on stream before. I don't mind popping it up again for people to look at. So, he's supposedly got 14 wounds, movement 10, weapon skill... Movement 10! This guy actually starts putting people in threat range on turn 1, like the God of War should. Weapon skill 2+, ballistic skill 2+, of course. Strength 7, toughness 8, the whole way down. Attack 7, attack 6, attacks 5, leadership 10, 2+ save. Well, He's got the Wailing Doom, which is basically hits multiple targets. It's a melt-a-gun that hits multiple targets at strength 12, AP 4, D6 plus 2 damage. Any model in the way of the shot that gets clipped by his energy blast basically gets hit as well. So you basically draw a line to the target and you just melt, 3-4 targets in a single shot. Oh, Flavius, remove the sun from the sky. It clashes with the complexity of my makeup. How dare you, Marcus? Then we've got, his melee attack, piercing strike, melee, times 2 strength, so that bumps him to strength 14. So when he's using piercing strike, I believe knights are toughness 7. On his piercing strike, he's wounding your knight on 2-up and hitting on 2-up with at minus 5 AP and a D6 plus 2 damage. Well, no, he doesn't have that rule, Era, but he does have this. Khaine away. No, here we go. Let me find it here. It's really ridiculous. Avatar of the Bloody-Handed God. This model can never have... Oh, sorry. Molten Form. This model is a 4+ invulnerable save. Each time an attack is allocated to this model, have the damage characteristic. You heard it right. So if you hit this guy for 6 wounds, he takes 3. If you hit this guy for 10 wounds, he takes 5. So he just goes, get out of here, and walks over and proceeds to beat the piss out of you. That even means big scary models like 2 railguns will kill him anyway because it's 3 mortal wounds. Maybe, but that's... Again, but here's the difference though, Era. He can hide. He can hide too, because he's not above 18 wounds. You can put him behind terrain features, and he will get the benefits of it. Of course, he also has a 2+ armor save as well for non-based railgun fire. And remember that high movement, he can really get in people's faces right away. It's a very powerful miniature. This model will beat the piss out of just about anything. I think it's uniquely weak against certain units. So against things like the Void Dragon, or against things like a Satan, he's not going to do well. Against Ghazghkull Thraka, he's not going to do well. But against a lot of other units that don't have that limit wound cap per thing, he'll cleave through anything. He'll cut through Knights, he'll cut through Chaos Knights, he'll cut through your characters. He'll cut through he'll cut through Gullyman, no problem. Discord should be alive again, John Penn. And actually, let me send you the latest link here to the Discord. If you'd like to join us, that's the Discord to join us on, John Penn. Join us on the Big Red Underhive. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be the best. It's going to be beautiful. But yeah, this thing is a beast, man. Like, this is the beast that will destroy the world in Warhammer 40,000. And it's just a powerful unit on top of an army book of powerful units. Like, this thing is just powerful. It's going to walk over, it's going to crush everything you care about, and it's just going to wreck everything that gets in its way. And it's toughness 8 to boot. That's the other crazy thing. So that means that when you start opening up on this thing with bolters, 6s to wound. Not 5s, 6s to wound with most small arms fire. And then you got to deal with a 2+ save, and even if you have a multi-damage weapon, he's like, I'll half that. I'll half that, bro. Don't worry about it. Here, keep the change. Keep the change. I'm the avatar of Khaine. I've got a pimp sword. He draws out his cane and draws the sword. Oh, I see what I did there. His name's even Khaine, too. One new item in your inventory. What's going on here? The hell? Ah, whatever. So anyway, Grey Knights are going to be counter because of the demon keyword. Maybe. Honestly, I think that Grey Knights being good against a single keyword doesn't make them good against that army necessarily. Like it's fear not. Fear not. A melted pimp sword. That's what he's got going on, fellas. Now then, let's go over to the to the real sadness. The real sadness that we're going to see happening here. Oh boy. Forge Fiend stats are changed. Mauler Fiend stats are changed. Helldrake, Defiler, again, it's going to be changed. Possess stats are going to be changed. Chaos Spawn stat change. Hellbrute, etc. Predator Datasheet, Annihilator, and Destructor variants. That's nice, but it's just is what it is. We've had that argument since 3rd edition. Which argument? Which argument are you talking about, Hitalago? I don't want to zoom in, Crunk. Zoom yourself in. Kidding. Sure, no problem. Probable. Hateful Assault being removed. All Chaos Space Marines getting 1 attack instead. Cultists losing objective secured. Cultists allowed 1-to-1 with Chaos Space Marines. That's going to be a bad look. Dark Heretical powers will remain largely unchanged. So a lot is changing. However, we have on the second page, because they haven't got all of it here, but on the future pages, the salt is going to begin to flow. It's the second page. Oh no, shit. There's a lot of pages. This has grown. This thread is blown up since I last looked at it. Oh my god. 18 pages. Relics could be similar to... evidence indicates that otherwise. Your generous interpretation aside, people don't shovel coal into a particular fire, which has been a fruitful discussion. Thanks. Yeah, we'll agree to disagree. I'll bow out. This thread's going well, and I don't want to derail it. I hope people can see the bright side of what has been some great rumors so far. So yeah, some people are trying to fight back, being like, "No, they're going to be amazing." I read through this earlier, and it's just brutal. Great Possessed disappearing. It's odd. It's possible they could be rolled into the Possessed as an upgrade. Yeah. Could be Greater Possessed. Oh yeah, I'll bow out. But then he comes back, of course. But yeah, this is like you go through this thread, and it's just there's so much salt, dude. The salt is real. Say you will about GW limiting boxes of Chaos Terminators, Havocs, normal case Space Marines. I understand people who've invested a lot of time and money in converting their soon-to-be invalid squads of pure plasma bombs and such, but for me personally, this is quite relieving not having to search eBay for third-party melt-up plasma and chain cannon bits to make the squad competitive. Not having to magnetize every arm and every gun, keep a little pressure on me while assembling my new models. I'm really looking forward to exploring this new codex in new ways. So I'm gonna say something really controversial here. Whoever this guy is, Hirosian, I love this. I love what this guy's saying, because to be quite frank, and forgive me for saying this, I'm gonna zoom in on my face for this shot. This guy has a big piece of salami with a GW branding on it, and he's trying to deep throat it down in one bite. He's the copium there. He's like, "Hold on, Daddy." And he's just going in for it. He's going in for it. This is what's beautiful about this community, on top of the positive elements of it. And make no mistake, I'm not a hater on GW, but man, they just gave you a big old dick, and you're just like, man, I don't know, it might look like a dick. It might look like I'm about to just chow down on this phallus, but you guys have to look on the bright side. I'm going to get a salty surprise at the end of it. Look at how glorious that salty surprise is going to be on the other side. It's going to choke. Chaos now with new exciting ways to tongue punch your opponent. That's right, he's going in for the tongue punch in the bunghole, dude. So bad. I'm sorry, dude. I don't mean to be an asshole, but man, Hirosian, that's just a bad take, bro. The rules in general seem quite bad. Doctrines are not good in general. For melee armies, they can be serviceable. Oh yeah, people are just coming through and just cutting this apart. The Legion traits mostly seem pretty weak and will not matter against quite a few armies. Iron Warriors, for example, want enemies to use cover, but the rules remove any benefit from cover. to block line of sight, so their enemies can simply not get cover, but will work to remain behind it. Well, so basically, they're going to block line of sight, right? Which is true. This is the same problem I talked about with what's their name? The Warp Talons. Warp Talons drop in, and they now have the rule you can't run away. Well, they have so many attacks over and on top that they're just going to cut through everything anyway. So there's no point in giving them that rule. If 5 models make contact with a Primaris squad, they'll kill the whole squad, no matter what type of Primaris it is. So at that point, you're like, okay, sweet. Oh, except for Blade Guard veterans. But the Blade Guard veteran doesn't want to leave combat with you. They want to finish the fight. It's pointless. That guy's gonna choke. A poor man buys an army because it is good. A rich man buys an army because he enjoys it. Absolutely. You're dead on, Oliver. But you know what? I have to make it very clear, even though I agree with that, they have rope-a-doped thousands of Chaos Space Marine players from 8th edition to allow them to build complex units using multiple parts from multiple boxes. And now they're pulling the rug out from under them. It's not that I think that they are, that they're being needlessly cruel. I think that they will FAQ this. It will be so unpopular. It's just going to be 6 months of pain. It's going to be 6 months of pure pain that these people go through. Where it's like, yeah, you built that whole squad of Melta Terminators. Yeah, that might have cost you that would have cost you, oh my god. That would have cost £120 for you to build all that. Yeah, I don't think you need them. Yeah, no, you wasted your time, bro. Don't bring that crap in here. Like, that's basically what they're telling these people. You can't change the weapon options on commonly deployed units like this, especially when people have recently bought your new models in high quantities to do these loadouts. It's disgusting. I didn't realize you were out here kink shading the forest. I'm ashamed. Prince Gabriel. Come on, dude. This point change consolidation, other things I thought. The problem is not that you build stock. The problem is you cannot build the stock unit from the box. Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you buy 2 boxes, you can basically build whatever you want, which is what's happened with Havocs, what's happened with Terminators. And people have thousands of people did this. Thousands of people did this. Hot take, I'm that kind of guy. I like that. I'm kind of like that guy. I despise rules. Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, the options have been there not only for years, so it doesn't only affect the old kit. The new kit, which, again, they've sold to thousands of players. Thousands of players basically went through and converted their Terminators. So, like, then the box is inadequate, is the problem. So, Imperial Space Marines can field Terminators with all Lightning Claws. Chaos Terminators will be able to field 1 set of Lightning Claws in an entire Chaos Space Marine Terminator squad. That's where the problem comes in. Yeah, like, you might go, okay, well, that's just the way it is. Sure, but now you just have an inadequate unit that's never worth taking. Oh, hey, your big advantage before is you could fill out your combi weapons however you want. You can't do that anymore. It's like, well, okay, well, that was the advantage of the unit. Yeah, but we don't want to give that to you anymore. Like, that's the kind of problem that you run into. You've already given these people these options. The last thing these guys want to do is to drive the remaining Chaos players out of the game. And I think that this type of behavior is going to drive the remaining Chaos players out of the game. Anybody who spent thousands of dollars or hundreds or thousands of pounds on units that are all about to be invalidated, like, that's a bad move, bro. Especially when it's a range that is literally sinking into the ocean. Like, you're not going to pick up new players either. Who's a new player who's going to pick up a bad army? Like, they should... Joke's on you, I love salami. Oh! Converting and kit bashing is the best aspect of the hobby, to be honest. I agree with you, Argo. It's amazing when you can build something unique and beautiful using different kits. I've done it with multiple kits myself. But man, like, these guys are about to get GW, I don't think they understand. I don't think they get what they're doing. I don't think they get it. I don't think it's going to be good. I don't think it's good. It's going to be bad. This is going to be pretty rough. I'm not going to lie, guys. Like, we're heading towards a pretty rough era for these poor bastards. you know what? Like, again, I don't even really play the game at this point, but man, I feel bad so hard for these Chaos players, man. Like, it's just, what, but Chaos Space Marines should be seeing the Dark Mirror of the Loyal Space Marines. Error, logic not found. Error. I wanted to convert Space Wolves Primaris, but I'm afraid they'll get a range update soon. They will get a range update soon. It's not to be afraid of, but they will. Well, considering a Night Lord's army, despite the rules. However, if I can't field Terminator Squad with Lightning Claws, I see no point now. Yeah, they're going to let you take one set of Lightning Claws in the squad. You know what's even more dumb? Is I used the Lightning Claw in that to basically build guys with a single Lightning Claw, which was legal before, and a gun. It's not legal anymore. Like, so even my own Terminators that I built aren't legal. Because I didn't give them a pair of Lightning Claws, I gave them a single Lightning Claw. Oh my god. Just so terrible. It's gonna be bad, boys. No, the Chaos Terminators are one of the few popular kits Chaos Space Marines had. And I suppose that's why they're doing this. So they want to try to force people to buy all new models. Well, it's not going to work very well. They're just going to drop the range. Games Workshop's not going to drop the range. They're too bullheaded to do that. I mean that the player base is just going to walk away. I guarantee you, there's going to be a small group of tournament players who break the list in certain ways to try to make it work until it gets FAQ'd. But I think that a lot of people are going to just say, "This is thanks, but no thanks," and they're just going to walk away. That's what I anticipate. Basically, markless Chaos Space Marines are heading towards the duffel bag of destruction, boys. They're already half in the bag. They're just going to get the full push into the bag, and then the bag can start shaking. The bag is going to start shaking. Just letting you guys know, we have over 25 concurrent users in the chat right now. If you guys are enjoying your time here today, you know what I have to ask you. I have to ask you, if you're enjoying your time here, please consider leaving a like. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. We are only 31 people away from hitting our month-end goal of 1,000 subscribers. We're so close. We're so close. Join us. Join us, brothers. But anyway, let's get back to business. Thousand Sons aren't in the best place, but I'm glad their codex is attached to this crap. Yeah, dude, like that. My favorite part is I kind of guessed Thousand Sons were gonna get like a bit of a rough go, and I wasn't wrong. It's not, but you know they're in a way better position than this poor band of hopeless bastards. Like this is not good. This is not on the good side of things, boys. This is what happens when you're on the bad side of things. So, but I actually largely agree with this guy's analysis. He goes, the Legion traits mostly seem blah. Objective markers cannot be placed in terrain in matched play. There is a large amount of AP -3 and is traditionally method of removing Marines. Armies such as Eldar jump from AP 0 to AP 3 in most circumstances, and AP -3 is increasingly common for them and other armies. Chaos Space Marines do not have a wealth of weapons or units options Loyalists do in order to utilize these styles of rules, and even Loyalists have suffered trying to make them work. The Loyalist Marine armies are able to form comfortable lists, tend to do so from rules other than the turn-based doctrines, and for some, with little concern for their chapter traits. That does not leave the same potential, but I'm personally doubtful. The mention of D4 Plasma from Forge Fiends leads me to believe that Demon Smith Warlord trait has been changed from +1 to hit on sixes to +1 damage on sixes to wound based on the mention of supplement rules and mostly remaining. The only rules that stand out to me are Black Legion trait. +1 to hit against the nearest enemy squad is quite powerful and feels like it would be fun. There are even a reasonable chance of getting much Doctrine usage on exploding 5s and hitting on 2+ turns 2 and 3. It's annoying that these leaks would spell out that Games Workshop has little concern for Chaos Space Marines if confirmed, though. Multiple options removed, getting a second-hand Loyalist rules, already considered this edition out of date. Yeah, like these... Get ready, boys. Get ready, boys. This is going to be a bloodbath. Like, I warned people. I had a video up at the beginning of this channel where I warned people, guys, be careful about this hype train for these Chaos Marines. You're gonna have a bad time. You're gonna have a bad time. I think that Chaos Space Marines are heading towards a a brutal evisceration where they will be better than they were, but they're not going to be so much better that it's going to matter. Like you can see, these are Chaos Space Marine players on here. Some of these guys with a few posts, some of them with thousands, being like, you know what? If these are true, I'm walking away. And maybe they will and maybe they won't. The draw of your army already being painted and already being there is very strong, but I think a lot of people are just sick. Like, they're sick and tired. They're beaten down from over a decade of Games Workshop just shoveling dirt on them. And I suspect that that dirt pile is going to be enough to finally quash the flame. I really do think that. I think that literally nobody has said anything of the sort. What complaints exist are overwhelmingly a response to the rumors that people's existing models and loadouts will be invalidated. Let's not hurl childish bait into this discussion. Yeah, the loyalist comes in here. The loyalist comes in here being like, why you guys mad, bro? Why you guys mad, bro? I love it when loyalists tell the Chaos Space Marines to shut up and eat their porridge. I love it. Yeah, just go on, guys. It's porridge. It looks like it's GW's piss. No, man, they put some bread in there for you. It's not piss anymore. It's porridge. And I bought a box of Terminator. Shit. Well, now I wait for the Terminator box at a lower price, right? Oh, hey, Jorg's got the right idea. GW is French frying what they're supposed. It's French frying when they're supposed to pizza. This is roll down this. They're rolling down the ski hill, boys. They're rolling down the ski hill. Oh my god, this is amazing. You say I can't give them only one Lightning Claw plus gun for Loyalist Terminators, but is able to do so with Relic Terminators. No. I didn't say for Loyalist Terminators, Tech Priest Gabriel. I said for my Chaos Terminators. It's legal right now. It won't be legal in the new box. The only reason why weapon loadout restrictions didn't matter for Blightlord Terminators was because they never really used to kill. They're just extremely hard to brick sit on objectives. I agree with that. Relic can do that. Yeah, but again, I'm not talking about Loyalist Space Marines. I'm talking about Chaos Space Marines. Like my Chaos Space Marine Terminators. Right now, I can take a Lightning Claw and a gun. I will not be able to do that in 9th edition's updated Chaos Space Marine book. It's going to be twin Lightning Claw or nothing, I almost guarantee it. And I can't even choose the type of gun I want to give them, even though they give me all these options in the box. It's going to be spicy, boys. We're heading towards the spice pit. We're heading there. We're going in. We're going in deep. We're going in long. We're going in hard. This is going to be amazing. You're going to watch a complete range of miniatures basically die on the vine. You're going to watch... This is the opposite of retaining your player base. I love it. I'm like, just do it, Games Workshop. Just stab away. Puncture with the knife a few times to shiv them real good. Make sure to twist the knife. Make sure you twist the knife into the already dying man that you've left there on the side of the road. This is horrific what they're effectively going to be doing, and I love it. I love it. Just because at the end of the day, I'm not the one playing, but man, they're just killing a lineup. It's so sad to see. It's like some loyalists are better. I also play Imperial Fist, and I'm well aware about how much higher the new Iron Warrior rules are over my Imperial Fist. The Iron Warrior rules are shockingly close to direct upgrade over the Salamander rules. Where the issue arises is comparison is this is what I've been saying. This guy's a genius. I know, right? But anyway, access to weapons and units that can make use of those rules. This is the key. An example, Loyalists can take shields and are improved versions of the Iron Warrior trait. Salamanders can take such units as Aggressors and Eradicators in the Elite and Heavy Support slots to make use of their doctrine and take those without sacrificing everywhere else. GW Chaos Space Marine Heavy Weapons. Lord Discordant, Autocannon. Chaos Space Marines, 1 per 10 troops. Elites, Chosen, 1 per squad. Terminators, 1 per squad. Hellbrute, 1 plus 1 other. FA, none. Flyer, Helldrake, Autocannon. Like, there's just no models. So when they're like, oh, heavy weapons in your Iron Warriors get this benefit. He's like, well, what heavy weapons do I have? There are none. It's bereft. It's a desert. It's a desert of heavy weapons. So yeah, you can play your Iron Warriors, but they're not going to do you any favors. So, like, as I said, for me, it's all about the models anyway. I don't like the Chaos model range as it currently stands. If they had nicer models, I love the Chaos Demon range. I've been building and painting demons. I love the Chaos Knight range. I've been building and painting Chaos Knights. Even though I'm not playing, I'm building and painting models that I love and enjoy. So for me, that's it. I'm just talking about from the perspective of the game. And so it's brutal. It's brutal. Like the blood is in the water, boys. And a twist pull-out bayonet draw. Oh yeah. If the French fry instead of pizza, you're good. Oh, here we go with Vulcan. If you French fry instead of pizza, you're gonna have a bad time. Bear, I think I finally know what faction I want to remove. Chaos Space Marines to save all their broken souls. Yeah, man. This, if you can't, you know what? This is why I begged, like, people laughed at me for years when I said, man, just give them Primaris. You don't make it the same units as the Primaris, make them unique, but give them something. They need a new range. You can't just run with a 3rd edition army. It's a 3rd edition army. It has not advanced significantly as an army outside of the Helldrake since 3rd edition. It's the same damn army, and it's actually more limited now. So you're just sitting there like, what has this army got? Oh, well, we're going to make heavy weapons better. Sweet, you don't have any. You don't have any heavy weapons to make better. Like, this is ridiculous. And they're going to be limiting the number of heavy weapons in the squad. So before, you could field 2 heavy weapons or 2 assault weapons. No, well, they don't give you 2 heavy weapons on the sprue. No, they do, but they're going to limit it to 1 according to these rumors. So that means all those people, twin heavy weapons in your Chaos Space Marine squads, probably shouldn't have. I love it. If you pizza when you should have French fried, you're going to have a bad time. You're going to have a bad time. This is discouraging as I build my new armies for gaming. I will cry if all Chaos Space Marines leave the hobby. I love watching them do battle reports and all the warp shenanigans. Well, there's still going to be a lot of, like, who's going to, like, they're not supposed to be the underdog. First of all, they're not the underdogs. Second of all, there are still very many viable Chaos forces that are coming to the game. Death Guard may not be perfect, but they are viable. Thousand Suns are not good, but they're in a better position than these guys are going to be. You know, the Chuckle Marines over here are going to have a lot of trouble, though. Chaos Knights, I suspect, are going to get better with their new codex, but it's going to be painful, boys. Yeah, so people are going to just do what they did before, where they run off and grab a bunch of Forge World units. Are you playing a Chaos Space Marine army if you're just buying a bunch of Loyalist Forge World units and putting a Chaos sticker on them? That's the question I have. I don't think that's the same thing. I think you're playing Loyalists with a flavor of a Chaos special character at that point. Oh, Marcus comes out here swinging. I think this is real. I think if this is real, it's really lore accurate because Chaos Space Marines are a joke anyway. Oh! Guys, we gotta get some ice. We gotta get some ice in here, boys, because that burn hurt. I guess they want to play traders. They better start collecting Dark Angels. Chaos have been the underdog for years. Rudy, Chaos have been the underdog on the table, but they're not supposed to be the underdog on the table. Yes, they need twin plasma contemptors to compete. Yeah, man, that's all they've got going on. It's just like, what do you guys got? Well, I got a bunch of Forge World units. Well, what about the rest of your army? I got some cultists. Oh, it's bad. This is bad. This is... Like, I'm looking at this, I'm like, boys, this is, No, boys, I don't know. This is not looking good. Were the Iron Warrior rules given to Loyalists, I would have a low opinion of them, but they would be a better opportunity to make use of them. The Loyalists' elite and fast attack slots carry a lot of heavy weapons before turning over to Forge World Dreadnoughts. With the limited Chaos Space Marine options being pushed off rules that benefit the limited Chaos Space Marine options disproportionately affect them. Taking army perhaps best equipped to deal with bad rules, seeing they could not handle it well, and putting them onto an army poorly prepared to handle it does not inspire confidence in me. Completely agree. I completely agree with this analysis. This guy's name is, I think it's Deus Vult. Yeah, his name's Deus Vult, or Dessous Vult. He is, and as far as his analysis goes on this, he's completely correct. I completely agree with him. Like, you know, why do they hate it? You have to understand that I personally don't get it, because I think that they think they're doing a good job. So to be fair, I do not believe that they think they're about to feed people a sandwich made of fecal matter. But I think that that's what people are going to get, and I think it's going to be brutal. Like when this lands, Death Guard are balanced. Those points increases were unwarranted outside of the foul blight spawn increase. Okay, there's my Celt, but Chaos players will adapt, but I don't know how good it'll be. Right now they're at the bottom of the barrel, so they're going to climb up. They're going to finally definitively be better than the Astra Militarum. I think that Necrons are better than these guys, and I don't think much of Necrons. Based on the leaks that are coming out, I think a Necron army has more going on for it than Chaos Space Marines do. And again, even with all their core changes, I think Necrons aren't very good. I think Necrons are definitively better than this. No, I think World Eaters will be better. I think World Eaters will be on par with Thousand Sons or Death Guard. I don't think they'll be the best army in the game, but I think they'll be better. I think generic Chaos Space Marines are basically headed to... I think that they're going to be so bad off that you're going to have to see Games Workshop do something drastic to fix this, because it's just... Like, this ain't it, man. This ain't it. This is the death knell of a player base. Let's see here. Yeah, greater possession on the Codex. Chaos Space Marines do not have a wealth of what. I'd be careful drawing so many conclusions based off the initial read. Yeah, there's not the heavy weapons in the sprues, dog. This is what I love, the copium. The copium is on its way, boys. There's going to be a lot of copium out there for a lot of people getting another bad book. Some people just can't cope with the idea that they're getting tongue punched. Might be salvage then. Going to be collecting dust for another codex. Yeah, man. It's not a good look in my opinion anyway. You know what? The main book comes out, maybe we're all wrong, but I'm based off my analysis from what I'm seeing here, it doesn't look good to me. It does not look good to me. Yeah, we're reading the leaks for the Chaos Space Marine rules that people at a glance thought were powerful until people started to realize, well, this would be powerful if it was on loyalists, but you just don't have the options on the Chaos Space Marines to make these things work. Yeah, Greater Possessed are not in the Codex era. Ooh. I think the limited heavy weapons is stupid. Never in any book has a left lieutenant gone to a squad of Space Marines that are using an extra heavy weapon and gone, sorry brothers, that's against the rules, especially in a Chaos army. G'day Dan Mojo and Whalecome. The problem is Chaos is they need to pull out Word Bearers and Emperor's Children. I think you mean World Eaters and Emperor's Children, and give them viable codex, then remake Chaos Space Marines. I honestly don't think that there's much that can be done for Chaos Space Marines unless they give them some equivalent of Primaris with different unit types. Until they get that, they're just gonna... This is it. This is it, boys. Until they get that, this is all you're gonna get. I read somewhere that Thousand Sons trick other Chaos Space Marines into becoming Hellbrutes, but after this, they'll probably be doing it willingly! Brothers, join us! No! That would be madness 6 months later. Put me in the casket! Put me in there! Deprive me of my sanity! Give me what I desire! Make me insane! Make me insane! Harsh! The only rule that stands out to me is the Black Legion trait. In 8th edition, Black Legion Chapter Detective was Abaddon with his Aura rerules. Second most important feature of the army, blah, blah, blah. I'm confident data sheets will change our impression of Legion traits. I do not think these data sheets are going to change my impression of these Legion traits. I do not see them making generic Chaos Space Marines good, especially if the rumors for these things are true, which is that, you know, all your units are going to have limited options. This is a disaster. This is the disaster waiting to happen. They have to know they are feeding Chaos Space Marine players a steaming pile of excrement. It's obvious to most players, and they have been playtesting who are supposed to be the pro players. I think that you have to understand that playtests don't always work, right? Like sometimes, even with your playtesters, when it gets out into the wild, people see the problems for what they are. What if they're just not playing against the right list and it seems strong, right? There should be 5 Chaos Space Marine codexes. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. They've already got 3. There's going to be 4 is going to be World Eaters. The only one they're missing is Emperor's Children, dude. Lost Chaos Space Marine box dreads, and now this. They aren't making it easy, are they? No, they're not. I'm predicting some kind of spam, maybe possessed spam or warp talent spam. Yeah, but like, is that even going to be worth playing? Tongue punched, more like fisted by the hand of Dominion. Oh God. Some people are now being like, it's fake! It has to be fake! I'm like, it doesn't seem fake, bro. Yeah. Some people are claiming they're positive, but you can see over the days the positivity has shifted. Right? Like, it's shifted to... Because people are starting to do the math. They're like, hey, wait a second. Like, I have an army that relies on breaking the morale of my enemy if I'm in melee with them. Well, that doesn't work if they beat me. If they beat me in melee, I just lose. It's like, yeah. It's like they let Abaddon write the rules. Ooh, he touches it with a needle. He touches it with a needle. The truth reveals itself. Krunk has revealed the truth for all. We can see... Guys, exciting news! We have hit 970 subscribers. We are 30 subscribers away from the end month goal of 1,000. And if we meet that goal, wow, we will actually have a 12-hour stream in February, and we will have a doggo stream in February. So we're 30 away, boys. Can we do it? Can we climb that mountain together? I think we can. Honestly, this seems like playtesters deliberately leaked this because GW was not listening. That's very possible. Playtesters should be run like Custodes board blood games, invite players from the community in and start streaming and from streaming channels. Yeah, and they should actually stream those rules as well. People should know something in the development process, especially if you're going to invalidate their models. So close. It would be free publicity with the streamers and free testing. Absolutely. 30 away, geez, smash and job. Yeah, well, it's been a slow trek the last week, but we're 30 away, boys. 30 people away. We're so close. We're so close to 1,000. We're almost there. We've almost crossed the Rubicon 1,000. We're almost there. We can do this together. Stop, Barrett. You're flying too close to the sun. I know, Ira, but we have to. You better not rank models again. No, the next rank models ain't happening until February, Jenkins. Woohoo, I'll get Holy or Null Oil. Oh, man. I've been fighting for the Long War for subscribers, Bear. Join me, brothers, on our quest to the Long War. It's like, wow, who are we fighting against? We're fighting the algorithm. Ira, actually, I was going to talk to you about that if you wanted to be on stream with me when I did the Necron ranking, which I intended to do in early February. If you want to join, you can. The offer is open to you, Ira. I think it'd be a lot of fun. The algorithm is too strong! So, do you know who you're ranking next? Yes. I will be ranking likely Necrons next. Yeah, Ira, we'll have you on here. You're one of the Discord mods, and sometimes you moonlight as a YouTube mod. Oh yeah, dude, the big red Icarus. That's right, we fly too close to the sun. But no, there will be... I do intend to do a Necron rating at some point in February. It'll just have to make sense when... It depends on if we hit 1,000... Like, I want to plan a bunch of stuff with guests for February, but I don't know how to do it yet because we have every Sunday as stream models. And on top of that, oh, by the way, for anyone new here, join us on Discord, because if you join us on Discord, you will be able to get involved with Sunday stream models, which is the entirety of Sunday we spend doing stream models. I've re-put up the latest link in the chat, so fear not. Oh boy. Sorry, 1 second here. I think I might have to re-invite ads to the Discord. Sorry. Ads is a cool dude, so I want to make sure he's got the ability to be on there. Yeah, there was a big crash on Discord earlier today that messed up everything. Chaos is on life support. I think Chaos is getting taken off life support, boys. I think the generic Chaos, I think it's about to, for the first time in history, in the history of Chaos Space Marines in Warhammer 40,000, I think they're not only going to not make up a substantial amount of sales, which they already don't, they're basically a joke. I think that they're going to be a money loser. I think they're going to lose GW money. That's stunning. That is stunning. I can't believe it. I don't know who's excited for Chosen. Chaos is DNR. I don't know what DNR means. Forgive me, I don't have all the lingo down. Oh, do not resuscitate? Oh my god! Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm not sure why that is, ads. Oh, he's online now. I see him online now. Yeah, like, it's brutal, man. It's just brutal. It's just brutal. Like, watching this all unfold. Like, if this stuff is true, this is going to be a major moment in terms of the game. Again, I'm not much on the game myself at the moment, but I think this is going to go... This is going to go somewhere not great, just to be honest. I think that we're... like, and you know, I try to be positive about a lot of stuff, but I can't be positive about this type of stuff. When I saw these rules, I'm like, hey guys, there's still Chaos Space Marines. They don't have... Like, even if you have army-wide special rules that are a little bit better, the actual units are not good. So, like, that's the real problem here, bros. Like, the units aren't great. Like, we need to fix the units. Need to fix the units as much as you need to fix these other things. And you can't really fix the units. They're pre-configured. So you really should go out of your way to release whole new units. No, of course not. Hey, it's Barbs! Whalecome, Barbs! It's always great to have you here. Posted a thing in the avatar in general. Oh, let's see here. Oh yeah, we've seen that one. We've seen that one, dude. Yeah, we actually we've seen a lot of that stuff recently. So that's and thank you very much for posting it, of course. But we have seen it. We actually went over all the rules already earlier on stream, even. Oh, people DMing me. People doing the DM things. Hey, I think GW changed their website a bit. I was checking a model, and look what came out. Well, they're not in the bundle yet, dude. Frequently bought together. I don't think that those three things are frequently bought together, to be totally honest with you. And they have all the gall of announcing the Vigilus Part 2 Chaos defeat Boogaloo. Oh, dude, they should just have them get absolutely wrecked. That's... Oh! Sorry about that, fellas. I hit the wrong key and ended the stream. No, I didn't end the stream, but I hit the wrong key and it messed that up. But anyway, no, I think that they're heading a bad place. I think that it's ridiculous. The very idea that Chaos is going to win on Vigilus is a joke. Come on, get out of here. Chaos, you know, it's there's a great quote from Transformers the Animated Series. Like the one from the 2000s, where Megatron is being attacked by Starscream, who keeps on coming back to life because he's got a piece of the Allspark in him. And Megatron can't figure out why he's not dying, but near the beginning of this, when Starscream comes out to try to kill Megatron after he killed him the first time, Starscream, like, basically talks about how he's going to become, I will become leader of the Decepticons, and he attacks, and Megatron just beats the hell out of him and knocks him on the ground. He points his cannon at him and goes, lead the Decepticons, Starscream! You couldn't lead a parade. And then just blows him away. That's Chaos Space Marines right now. Chaos Space Marines are the morons. Like, I am the most powerful! And they just get whacked. They couldn't lead a parade. It's a joke. Like, we're not going good places, boys. We're not headed towards the great places right now. I am sorry to say it. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. I want them to be good, to be very clear. And again, I'm not, like, it's not going to affect me whether they're good or bad. I'm not playing 9th edition anyway. But just watching this unfold is just... It boggles the mind. I feel like if anyone has watched Color Out of Space, I feel like the guy at the end where he's just like, it warps the mind and boggles the senses. It's like, how could you do this? Like, there has to be a level of obviousness somewhere at some point that points out that this isn't working. Like, I just don't understand who at the design studio thinks, like, A, that the model range is working. First of all, it's not. It's not a good model range. I disagree vehemently, in my opinion, with, like, the way Chaos looks. One reason why I didn't do a rating stream on the Chaos model range is I didn't want to be a downer to people who enjoy Chaos that much. Like, I do think that there is an echoing effect where, like, if I just, talk shit about something for so long, it can be harmful. So I'm trying not to do that. But, just looking at what they've got in store, they're being shoveled bad things. And in my opinion, it's a bad model range, it's a bad rule set, and bad lore. And it hurts me. It physically hurts me. Because I love Chaos. Like, even on the latest video I did today, I used Chaos so much in that video because I talked about a love of Warhammer rather than the rules, because the rules for Chaos are bad. Like, that was the symbolism that I tried to use for that. And I love word bearers in particular, and in this edition, word bearers are particularly not great. It's just... I don't see... Like, I think there needs to be a change of employees, both at the design level and at the... Who's deciding what they're doing? Who's decided that they're not going to get something equivalent to Primaris? Who's deciding that they're not going to get good rules for the standard units? I understand why they can't have good rules for the standard units, and it's not because, this and that. It's because the model range that they put out does not have adequate weapon systems in those models to make them worthwhile. And the very idea that you're going to make a Chaos Bolter a Chaos-infused Bolter and just make it better is also equally offensive to the senses. No. Instead of releasing a new Chaos Space Marine kit, they should have just released a new unit. That's what they did for the original Space Marine. So now, for 10 years, this won't be fixed. That's the part that drives me over the edge the entire time. For 10 years, this won't be fixed. 10 years this is going to take to fix. This is insane. Like, and they're doing bikers too. Why? Why are you doing the bikers? What's the point? They're bad. Oh, so don't worry, guys. You can get some new models that are going to be worse than Outriders. Doesn't that excite you? Don't you want Outriders but worse? Because that's what the Chaos Space Marine range is. Loyalists but worse. You can be the Loyalist range but worse. Oh, don't worry, we'll throw you some bones. You can have some Possessed Marines. Isn't that exciting? Oh wow, you guys can field some Demon Princes. It's like it's the bad old Space Marine range on its own, fighting brand new armies. What is this army going to do in the face of, like, the Eldar? What's this army going to do in the face of the Drakari? What's this army going to do in the face of the Loyalists? What's this army going to do in the face of Mechanicus? Like, what do you think Mechanicus is going to do to this army? I can tell you what Mechanicus is going to do to this army, and it ain't pretty. Like, this is not going well. This is going poorly. They're probably going to be better than Orcs, because Orcs are awful at the moment. I know that you can do some broken builds with them, but I personally think that most of the army is not worth taking. So orcs are not good, so they're going to be better than orcs. Guard are not good, so they're going to be better than Guard until Guard get a new codex. So, like, take half of GW's intellectual properties, prosecution, FX into talent recruitment. Yeah, man. Like, there needs to be a change at some point. Good day, Wolfenbach. Is this why they pump out so many Demon Primarchs to boost the Chaos sales? Absolutely. Because the Demon Primarchs, will sell. They're beautiful models. They all are. All the Demon Primarchs are beautiful models. But at the end of the day, like, it's not helping the rest of the range, and it's not making the armies viable. And I would argue if your entire army is built around fielding a single character with a bunch of laughable units with them, then it's not good. Orcs are fine. They do have 2 to 3 functional builds that work. I personally disagree, but we're free to disagree. I think that the majority of the army is not worth taking for orcs. I do think that they've not priced most of them appropriately. I understand they're individually powerful units, and I understand that certain builds can be forced into working, but in general, I'm not impressed with what the orcs got. Have a great day, Space Turtle. I'm always happy to see you, buddy. Have yourself a good one. Would you like a Big Red Bear exclusive for the channel? Sure. What's going on, Chris? What's the exclusive? Do you want me to make a video about it, or do you want me to mention it on stream? I'm not sure. Especially if those characters can be focused down with weapons and ignore invulnerables now. Oh yeah, like, what's Mortarion gonna do when what you gonna do, Mortarion, when the railgun runs wild on you? So Chris Barbs is informing me that he is Games Workshop Nottingham head office. Huh. Sure. That's exciting to know. I'm not sure if that is true, that's exciting. If that's not true, then that's also a great meme. The Big Red Bear AOS when? Never. Never ever. It is a setting that I have... I haven't told Val. I won't ever tell Val. I also don't entirely know if it's true. But if it is true, that's amazing. If you are at their head office or you do work for them, for the love of God, tell them to make something like Chaos Primaris and fix the army. Because right now, it ain't happening, Captain. Like, it just ain't happening. Like, it's going to take you guys a decade to fix this thing in its current form. If any of these rumors are remotely true, man, this ain't it. This ain't it. If any of this is remotely true, if you're just memeing me, that's also fine. But like if it happens to be true, man, this ain't it. This ain't it. And I want to see Games Workshop do well. So I just gotta. No, I'm the bloke, Valrak. I'm the bloke winding Valrak up on his channel. No, I know you make fun of him all the time on his channel. Oh, it's not Steve. It's you. Oh, that's amazing. So Steve's getting all that heat. That's awesome. Don't tell everyone on this channel. Don't tell anyone. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Because you sound like Steve when you do that, Chris. That's amazing. Even I thought it was Steve. I'm like, what the hell, Steve? This is getting out of control, Steve. It's out of control. Exactly, Wolf. Exactly. Chaos is fine wherever they are. In the trash. Oh, no. But I am Games Workshop Nottingham head office despite living in a different country. Chaos has Fabius Bile and demons that give them powers. There is no reason there aren't cool units. I agree there's no reason there aren't cool units. I agree with you. I think that they've been robbed. This is an example of them being robbed. Valrak, come listen to this. No! Well played. Yeah, dude. We're going to give that a big clap for... that's a big exciting moment for Chris, for Barbs on stream, because Barbs... man, that's been brutal. Like, some of those things have been hilarious. I'm like, you want to talk about almost pissing yourself laughing. Some of those things have been just absolutely scathing. Like, I actually considered silencing Games Workshop Nottingham at one point. I'm like, maybe I should. This is getting a little bit out of control. I'm not really sure. But I don't really want to silence Steve. I like Steve. It's costing me too much to keep it going, so I'm giving you the exclusive. That's awesome. I will give Chaos Fabius Bile tanks. Oh my goodness. But they are Grot tanks. Oh my. Oh my. But yeah, like, I just look over like what these guys are going through right now, and I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad for them. The loss of weapons tech flexibility on Terminators is a big shame, but not wholly unsurprising. It makes me scratch my head that they can pick certain units and not others to make the change to. A decent compromise would have been something similar to the new pricing scheme for Crisis Suit Sertao. If you pick the same weapons more than once, the price of the weapons will cost more. Want 5 Power Fists? Go for it, but it'll cost you 3 extra points per ones. That makes a lot more sense. I agree. But I'm no game designer. Yeah. Can someone familiar with the existing restrictions elaborate on the Termi issue, please? My Terminators are mostly axe, sword, and claw with combi bolters. Yeah, that sounds safe, buddy. If this is similar, 5 per Terminator, you can only take the above equipment. Yeah. Yeah, like like my own Terminators, if I finished off my own Chaos Terminators, they would all be illegal, except for one squad. One squad would be a legal squad. I've known for 3 days and I've been crying with laughter. It's been hilarious. Chaos Space Marine players equal pain. It is pain, man. This is what it's like when you're watching the death throes of a community. They like you'll notice a ton of them are eating the copium down, but that only lasts so long. You can only survive on copium for such a limited period of time before the truth just runs in and rocks your world. The truth is coming, boys. The truth is coming, and the truth hurts, baby. No, it's not even a good pain. Even a Slanesh worshipper would be like, "Oh, the sensation is too much." Ah, like it's bad, bro. This is bad news bears. This is bad news bears, everybody. I can't wait until Imperial Guard get Primaris type units, but Chaos don't. Hey man, drones got a second wound before Chaos Space Marines did. Oh, hey Ares. You know what, guys? Do you want the Ares on stream? Hey Ares, do you want? Oh, yes, hello, Ares. You're on stream again. We got the doggo on stream. Oh, yeah, as soon as everybody sees the dog on stream, they know who it is. They know what time it is. He's been hanging out with me all day. He's been running around all day. He actually climbs up on top of me when I'm sitting on the couch downstairs. He's hilarious. He's been out of control all day, and all he wants from me all the time is my undivided attention. Dog bonk GW. I know Ares is gonna take control. He's gonna make sure Chaos get what they need, man. That's what's gonna happen here. Ares is gonna take care of the Chaos Space Marines. Ares is gonna take care of all those Chaos Space Marines. All those guys having trouble right now, Ares has got your back. The true star of the show has arrived. He wants more peanut butter? Wow. That's... You know, Crunk, you've always wanted to hit 2100, and you, my friend, have achieved your goal. 2 Wound Imperial Guardsmen might not be too difficult to see if the rumors of veteran guardsmen and Carsicans are true. Yeah, dude. Can you imagine that if they got 2 wounds and you see these pitiful little Chaos Marines? Like, oh, I know, Ares, you're so snuggles, aren't you? Hey, you okay, buddy? You okay? Oh. I think it's time for you to get down. Don't you? Yes, get on down. Good boy. No, I can't. I can't play with you right now, buddy. No. Go on. Go downstairs. Go play with the people downstairs. Yeah, 2 wound scions. It's like, guys, stop. The wound creep is getting out of control. The wound creep is too much. I can see Space Marines having 2 wounds and etc., but as soon as you start being like, oh, let's give 2 wounds to Scions. Let's give 2 wounds to all the Aspect Warriors. Let's give 2 wounds. You know what? Just screw it. Everybody's got 2 wounds now. It's like, well, wow. Jeez, that sure makes weapons effective. We need Ares emotes for Discord. We do need Ares emotes for Discord. He's so antsy today because he just wants to play. I'll have to play more of my 30k Sons of Horus I'm looking forward to the new Heresy box incoming. Yeah, you know what? If you really need a game to play, 40k ain't it right now. Horus Heresy is probably where your home is going to be. If I'm going to be honest, I would say that you're much more likely to get enjoyment out of whatever they're doing with Horus Heresy, or Titanicus, or Necromunda than what they're doing with 40k or Age of Sigmar. And like again, I love the models. We're building and painting a Chaos Knight on stream. We're actually going to be hopefully having a bit of time to do that at the end of the stream today. But when we're talking about like the rules, though, the rules ain't happening, man. They ain't it. They ain't it, man. They ain't it. So yeah, like it's a fantastic adventure that we're going down right now in terms of watching an entire faction basically unravel. That's the part I can't believe. Give Chaos Space Marines more 30k-ish rules and have the basic guys be squatted up into 30. Well, they've already kind of done that for the Primaris Marines, so they're going to keep they want to keep Chaos distinct. I know what I would do to remake Chaos Space Marines, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They're not, like, for whatever reason, they're going to stubbornly stay on course for years. It's not going to be until, like, I think the range has collapsed, personally. I think that, 9th edition isn't for me either, dude. 9th edition is not it for anybody. Again, 8th was kind of the limit of what I could tolerate for a game with no alternating activations, and 9th is just too out of control. And not in a good way. It does nothing that I really like for as a game, but I love the models, which is why we're here. I love the lore. But I can still do critical analysis of what they're doing in terms of their rules, and boy howdy, fellas, boy howdy, can you see what is happening. Like, this, like, you know, you're watching players on their own side tearing each other apart because of, like, you know, some of them are huffing copium, and some of them are basically, you know, have a dose of realism of what they're getting. Copium isn't chips. To deal with this is it needs to be concentrated crystal for smoking. That's right. You know, you can't sit like when you've got the copium, you need crystal copium. You need that methamphetamine style hit to keep this going. Really cool team too. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe I'll just be a Custodes player till 10th. Man, it's really hard to be a Chaos player. Yeah, man, it is. Like this is going to be hard for a lot of people. It's going to be hard for a lot of people. A lot of hopes were riding on this book, and it does not look good so far. Again, it's going to be better than what they currently have, but not in a way that's productive. What did I miss about Chaos Weapons? Been in and out of the stream. So Vulcan, effectively what we're talking about is that, like, most of the weapons in this book are not going to be substantively different than what they had before. And so that means even though you're getting all these new rules, the rules don't help because the baseline stats just aren't there to make these things successful. They don't have access to enough weapons to even use a lot of their own doctrines or to even use a lot of their own army-wide special rules. So they're just kind of in a garbage spot, and I personally just don't see any way out for them. I think it's going to be a really sad, slow decline until basically Games Workshop is forced to refresh most of the lineup. Like, they're going to have to, like, it's going to be a forced refresh. And I just can't believe that it got to this point. I just can't believe it. Like, genuinely, if you're a Chaos player, hope this book fails. Like, I can't believe I'm telling people this, but hope the book doesn't do well. Hope it doesn't do well, because if it doesn't do well, maybe they will finally give you an army worth having. Yeah, Chaos are going to get shafted as usual. It looks really bad right now, actually. They're going to invalidate a bunch of units that people already own, and they're going to basically give you subpar rules in replacement. I think the problem with the rules is where they are broken. They are really broken. If it's not as bad. If an army can be played with tactically roll well and win a game, I think Barbs. I think the core game's biggest problem is it doesn't have alternating activations in some form, where one unit goes and completes its turn, and then one of your opponents goes and finishes his turn. I think it's as long as you have whole armies shooting and whole armies charging all on one turn before the other guy gets a turn, that the game is going to be impossible to balance. And I also think that, there are other core problems that they're not addressing, and I think they should be removing stratagems from the game entirely. I'm no longer even hold the idea that they should have some rules. I think everything stratagems do can be done better by another unit. Like, not the other unit, another mechanism in the game, whether it be an army-wide special rule, an individual special rule that you as an army get. The whole command point structure is all Magic the Gathering, and it needs to go. That's my opinion. It seems like they keep pushing Chaos to Monster Mash, and people don't like that. Yeah, Monster Mashes suck. Even Tyranids don't like to Monster Mash. Generally thought this would be a good idea if this is real. Yeah, if this is real, it's not looking good. What do you think of the Custodes Codex? I think it has some powerful combinations, and I think it's bizarre that they had to fix the points in it a few days after its release, which to me is not cool. I think that was pretty ridiculous. You're right. Of course I'm right. I'm always right. No, I'm not always right. I'm far from always right. But I can at least do some analysis at a distance and see what's going on. I think going one at a time is fine, but don't kill units till the end of the turn like Apocalypse. That's too much management, though, Dan. Like, oh yeah, this unit took 7 wounds, this unit took 10 wounds, this unit's wiped out. Like, any mistakes, it's very easy to leave a bunch of mistakes in that area. Having played a bunch of other games, I can tell you that GW is the only major manufacturer of miniature war games that still goes I go, you go, and I go, you go is a disaster. I think that every other game I get more enjoyment out of as a game. Even their own games, like Necromunda. Necromunda's great. I love Necromunda. It's probably my favorite Games Workshop game right now. I want to play Kill Teams, but I haven't had time to do that as of yet. So I want to be able to judge Kill Teams fairly. Before, I have 2 of the rulebooks. I just literally have not had the opportunity to play the game with someone yet, but I intend to do that before. I'm hoping I can get a couple games into it before the end of February or March, and then I can tell you if I think that's a good system. But right now, I would say that Games Workshop has systems I enjoy from Games Workshop would be Necromunda and Blood Bowl. Stratagems should be more like abilities, like some games have, like Red Alert or Co. Remove them together. No, rework them. Yes. No, I would want them gone. Again, I don't think that they have any place in the game, and I think any rules or abilities they have are better left just baked into the units. Like I don't have a problem with Dark Angels having basically, the Deathwing having the Inhuman Physiology trait where they're just hard to wound automatically. Just build that into the unit. Who cares? Just build it into all the units. If that's what you want to do, build it into the units. I don't think it should be an ability you cast. I am super against Magic the Gathering in my tabletop games. I do not want to tap 3 mana and cast a spell in the middle of my turn. It's obnoxious. Stuart Bolt Action is my favorite tabletop game. It's an incredible game, and I think it's the models are inferior, so I don't paint as many of the models as I should, because painting the models is a hard process, not because it's hard, but because those models aren't good. But the game itself, I crave playing that game. That game is exciting, and it is functionally a better game in every respect, but I'm not here to promote that game over Games Workshop. That's not the purpose of this channel. Purpose of this channel is for me to talk mostly about models and painting, but, the last couple days, a lot of rule stuff has come up, so we've been talking about the rules on stream. Yeah, I play Fallschirmjäger, Wehrmacht, and the Red Army. Those are my 3 main armies. A lot of stratagems removed a lot of flavor from equipment. Yep, exactly. I completely agree. Once you have a better grasp of me, Kill Teams, I'd appreciate your insights. Yeah, absolutely. I really am interested, because I hear that as far as I know, it has alternating activations in it. And any game with alternating activations from Games Workshop, I want to see how they did it and see if I think that that's something that's worthwhile. I think that the core game badly needs it. Badly needs it. I think it's a real trash fire until they get it, which makes me sad. Obviously, you see the sadness in my eyes. I'm like, why? Oh my god! I haven't had much of a time to play Bolt Action over the last year, though I did get a couple games in, and I can say that my goodness, would I ever want to get an Italian army for mid-war. Lord of the Rings is alternating activations. That is good to know. I don't really play Lord of the Rings because I don't like Lord of the Rings as an IP. I'm not gonna go, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna go out there swinging on Lord of the Rings. It's just not. It's just not really my. It's not my. It's not my game of choice. For me, a big part of me enjoying a game is enjoying the world that game takes place in, and I just don't really enjoy Lord of the Rings, especially as a war game. But I've heard a lot of people like it, and I do think alternating activations is the best way forward for any game system. Like not just this one. You Go, I Go is a relic of the 1990s, and we should walk away from it. Veterans of the Long War as a stratagem always felt like BS. Should be an upgrade for a squad. I agree. Completely. Strats are fine. It's just the sign of a good minigame when it has more than 100 gotcha abilities. I do like the commander phase where certain character effects activate. Yeah, but that's not necessarily the same thing as, like, you know, I think you can have certain things like commander abilities, but I think they should be very limited. I think most of the game should be based on tactical abilities. Gotta head to class. Catch you later, Bear, and everyone else. Thank you very much for being with us here today, Vulcan. I appreciate it. Sorry. Evening. I look forward to playing Bolt Action at my local club play. Currently doing Kings of War and Armada, but definitely want to give it a go. Yeah, Bolt Action's amazing. Once you've been bitten by the Bolt Action bug, too, that game is just incredible. I really have to stress, it's the best tabletop game I've played in years. Yeah, Bear does not like Star Wars or the Lord of the Rings. That is true. That is correct. You caught me. You caught me, Jenkins. It is genuinely true. But, you know, I don't fault other people for liking it. People just like different things. Sort of like some people will tell you they don't like Age of Sigmar or they don't like 40k. Well, you know, such is life, man. That's just the way it be sometimes. So, just give me 1 second here, guys. I'm going to go refill my drink. It has been over an hour and a half. I require more liquid. But just give me a few moments, guys. I'm going to flip this part of the stream over to just a picture. And then I will be back in a short while here. Fear not, everyone, For I have returned at the turn of the tide. How's it going, everybody? We're back. We're back in action. Huh. Oh yeah, I really love the new Star Trek films too. The new Star Trek films and show, perfect. What a wonderful show that is. Nothing wrong with that franchise. Adeptus Titanicus is also alternating activations. I thought it was a bit different than that, though. I thought they did it in kind of a weird way, but I haven't played it. Not gonna lie, it's an extraordinarily expensive game to play, and even when I had a high income, I couldn't justify. I could not justify it. I'm like, oh wow, that looks really cool. I took a look at the price. I'm like, looks a little too cool. Like, oh man. And you know what? No one plays it. Where I am in North America, the whole Pacific Northwest, I've not really found anybody, any club that actively really does it. I think there might be a handful of people in the entirety of my province that play it. It's just not played. It's not even talked about. If only HQs could have 3 stratagems available for the whole army, a defense, attack, and support stratagem might make it simple instead of having to carry a deck of cards. I think, you know what? I have a way easier solution for you, Jorg. Way easier. Dump it in the duffel bag of destruction. It's not necessary. You see, when you begin to try to justify why these things are there, you're justifying a subsystem being tacked onto the game that has no place in the game. There's no reason for it to be there. It exists as a distraction to distract you from the core game being inadequate. I think the real solution to stratagems is to remove stratagems because they are completely unnecessary. I think that universal special rules should be brought back, and I think they should do alternating activations. And I think that would be a huge solution to most of the game's problems. But you'd have to turf all the current codexes, and you'd have to start from scratch. Have a great day, Tech Priest Gabriel. Have yourself a good one. We'll catch you next time. But yeah, in my opinion, if you want to fix the game, that's how you fix the game. Yep. Not the most popular opinion in the world. Yeah, another index edition. Absolutely. Wolfenbach, what do you mean? There hasn't been a new Star Trek series since 2001. Yeah, I forgot. For some reason, I thought some blighted thing came out. Like, just at the end of the day, there's just no reason to have a tacked-on system that... Like, if you look at what the game currently does, it's about adding subsystems. I would actually remove the psychic phase. I don't think you need a psychic phase in Warhammer 40,000. We didn't have a psychic phase until, what, 7th edition? I think it was a terrible addition. It adds another subsystem to the game that doesn't need to be there, that doesn't really add to the game. It's just an extra layer of overcomplicated stuff. I want the game to be simpler. I want as many subsystems to be removed from the game as possible. There's no reason for tons of these things to... Yeah, exactly, there's barely any psychers anyway. Put it in the shooting phase where it belongs, and reduce the complexity of psychic powers. Yeah, I know it's unpopular to say it, a lot of people love it, but the problem is it just adds more noise to a game that's already too noisy. I have lost the ability to judge if a unit is good because they are judged by how they combo with strats, and I hate it. I completely agree. I don't play Magic the Gathering. I play tactical war games, and that's not a tactical war game. That's just Magic the Gathering. Just have the Psyker phase being able to shoot or cast. Yeah, that's what they used to do. Shoot or cast, and I'd simplify the psychic powers. Absolutely, I would. So Jenkins, psychic powers up until 6th edition, and I believe all of 6 was like this too. You just rolled 2d6. If you rolled under your leadership, you cast your spell. That simple, and it was in the shooting phase. You just passed a leadership check, and if you rolled double 6s, you might die. That was it. Yeah. That's it. There's no... Like, again, they've added all this stuff. You're like, oh, look, guys, it's an extra feature. It's a glitch, not a feature. It's a glitch to have that in the game. It's a glitch to overcomplicate the game this way. It just doesn't need to be complicated in this way. It's complicated in all the wrong ways, it's simple in all the wrong ways too. They've added simplicity where you need complexity, and they've added complexity where you need simplicity. It's a completely backwards way of game design, and people tolerate it because they've just played for years, and it's the main game out there. Again, I buy tons of the models. I spend a big amount of money on the models. You can see behind me I spend a big amount of money on the models. I love the models. I will continue to build and paint the models. But the core rules, they're just bad. And it's not good. And that's fine if they're not good. I will just do something else. I will continue to build and paint my models. I'll continue to have beautiful armies that I've constructed and stories that I've put together for them and whatnot. I don't need a bad game. And I don't need 40k as a game. I just need 40k as a setting, and I need 40k as models. Boy, do you remember when power got crazy near the end? Space Marine Geomancy. I can move terrain pieces across the board. Yeah, it's just unnecessary. Yeah, dude, that's all Warhammer behind me with a few exceptions of a couple bolt action boxes. And that's just what I don't have done. That's not even what I have done. But I do like my Psychics playing Grey Knights and Thousand Suns. I don't know about if I like that. But dude, you'd still have Psychers. They would just participate in the Psychic phase, and your spells would be simpler. Simple doesn't mean bad. Simple means that you wouldn't have overly complex spells. Stockholm Chaos Syndrome Marines? Yeah, dude. Let's do it. They're like, oh, please no, Master. Please no more. You're killing me, Master. Hey, guys, we're 1 like away from 30 likes. Do you think we can do it? Do you think we can hit that 30? That wonderful number? The number that has deprived me? The number that has withdrawn its support from me? Do you think we can make it that far, boys? I think we can. Isn't the Psychic phase the only thing Chaos has? Yeah, but that's the problem. The whole, Chaos Space Marines are not in a good place. The Psychic phase being tacked on doesn't really fix that for them. That is a Games Workshop series of terrain pieces. I got multiple boxes of the terrain when it came out, which they no longer sell, and I pieced it together into a giant ruin that I was going to make as the centerpiece on an apocalypse board. Multi-stories where people were going to be fighting over every story of a ruined building in an ancient, abandoned city. Alexander, it's multiple Imperial Alice terrain kits. Yep. I see 37 likes on my side here. Oh, wow, we hit 38. Wow. Everybody jumped on board and hit like. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate that. It helps the stream, which helps the channel. And remember, we are actually up to 970 subs. We are only 30 subscribers away. We are 30 subscribers away, guys. Do you like the current edition of Apocalypse? No. I think the current edition... Apocalypse is not meant to be something you can play with your friends in a night. It was a poorly conceived venture for them to make the game that way. I think Apocalypse did not add a lot of positivity to... effectively, they said, hey, good evening, Ghost of Caliban, and Whalecome. I do not believe that the game needs to necessarily be played out in a half an hour to 2 hours. It's just pointless. I think that the way it's played and how it's played are currently both very backwards. There needs to be a true reinvention of the game. Have a great night, Jalio. As always, thank you for being here, and I will catch you later. I'll probably catch you in voice sometime, too. But there is a true missing of how games should be built and why they're built. And the current setting of the game is very 2020s. Very much like, hey, we'll just add a ton of subsystems. If you look at what's wrong with games like World of Warcraft, they've added a bunch of mini-games to it that you don't want to do, that you have to do in order to participate in the core game, while the core game suffers. This is the same thing that Games Workshop currently has going on with Warhammer 40,000, so it's not just them. This is just the reality of how game development is done right now. And I think that it moves away from what works for games, which is having a solid core game. The core game has to be solid, and it has to be solid in such a way that everybody's able to participate in it and like it and enjoy it. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. It's really not hard. It's really not rocket science. And that's what bolt action does well. There's outside abilities in bolt action I don't appreciate much either. But you know what? The core game is so good that I don't care. Like, you know, Warhammer 40,000 is so far away from that because it's become about all of the mini games you have to participate in. Each phase has effectively become a mini game rather than being a whole in the game. Like, if you look at it that way, they've turned each phase, and when they add new phases and they add new things, stratagems are a minigame. Movement phases become a minigame. The shooting phases become a minigame. The assault phase is a minigame. The psychic phase is the most minigame of the minigames. And you're basically taking your units and you're trying to have them participate in the phases where they're most optimally inclined, rather than being a whole of one experience, where the entire turn plays out and that's the game with a solid set of rules. Yeah, I would absolutely 100% turf the psychic phase. I would turf stratagems, and I would go back to making the core of the game the best part of the game. Well, I mean, they already have microtransactions in a way, Mark Davey, which is all the campaign books and stuff. I inherently do not think it is a problem for them to offer campaign books or accessories or things like that. I am not against value-added behavior, especially if it actually adds value to the system. My problem is when the core game isn't working and is suffering as a result of that behavior. Yeah, dude, they removed the A from the salt phase. It's just the salt phase now. Where is my carnival prize for all these mini games I gotta play? Hey man, you're not getting any carnival prizes, my friend. You are only getting the duffel bag of destruction. That's all you're gonna get. That's all it can be. Have a great night, Montgomery. We'll catch you next time. I wish your data rate was in a better position, but yeah, we'll catch you then, man. Which game are you talking about, Wolf? I also think people forgot that you can play long games with your friends, so there's no reason to be over so quick either. I agree with you entirely. I remember when we had games where we left models standing overnight. Yeah, absolutely. I think, like, I used to organize events for Apocalypse, and we even made sure that huge games could be played in 8 to 9 hours. But you know what? Like, it was still all about hanging out, having fun. We'd have a break in the middle of the game for everybody to go get fooded up. It was awesome. It's a great experience. Some of the best hobbying experiences I ever had. This is going to be quite a shift, but are wet pallets supposed to be like dripping wet? Because mine is drying up and it's pretty damp. Just letting you know, J-Man the Marine, I don't use a wet palette. So I'm actually not able to provide you with that information. I use airbrushes and a combination of series of other painting techniques. I personally, I don't like the maintenance of what a wet palette is, so I don't use one. It would probably help me in some ways as a painter if I did, but it's just not what I do. I still produce pretty good stuff, though, so I'm okay. But yeah, like, I think that long foreign games are not a problem. I think that Apocalypse being a big event was not a problem. I think that everything in its current form has been overly complicated by a series of minigames tacked on to the... Does airbrushing speed up the process for you? It speeds up the process while adding quality, yes. It could be the same speed if you did it by brush, but you'd lose quality. But yeah, just at the end of the day, for me personally... I just look at it and I go, it's a series of minigames that aren't very appealing to me. That's all it is. It's just a series of minigames that are not very appealing. I wish they were. That would be wonderful. That'd be spectacular. That'd be fantastic. That'd be amazing. And Chaos still does not have Chirurgions, except Death Guard and Bile. Shit, no healers. Good! Good! They don't need them! You're looking at it the wrong way, Jorg. You're looking at it like they need those things. They don't need them at all. They don't need anything at this point. Do they even support... No, they dropped it because it sold poorly, Tim Michaels. I feel like you can play anything related to After Apocalypse game because they don't have the special data sheet. No, Apocalypse is a dead game. Games Workshop basically realized they screwed it up and they dropped it. Bedtime in the UK, thanks for the laughs, and enjoy all the rest of the stream. Good night. Ah, good night, Chris, and I hope you enjoy your time in the duffel bag of destruction. Don't need healers if you don't get hurt. Exactly. Don't need healers if you don't get hurt. Don't need healers if you don't play the game. Yeah, it's oh yeah, dude. This guy, I love Megavolt87. Megavolt87, I used to chat with him on there when I was more active on Bolter and Chainsword, and he is a true gentleman. Look at this. Shock and denial. It's still a rumor. Technically, GW isn't dumb enough to abandon 20 plus years of design for Terminators. Pain and guilt. How could they do this? I probably hurt the new Chaos Space Marine Terminator sculptor feeling critical of the kid on the internet. Anger and bargaining. Those redacted, absolute redacted. I hope they redacted. It's not too late. I'll accept an FAQ or a CA card, campaign book change, a codex reprint, depression, Chaos Space Marine Terminators for the cornerstone of my Connection Army and playstyle. I don't think I can enjoy this faction the same without them. Why can't Chaos Space Marines have nice things? The upward turn. I still have models to build. They're beautiful, and one day I will finish them. Reconstruction and working through. I can work on these unfinished Terminators, and then I don't have to buy more. They will look nice on the shelf together. Might be good for Horus Heresy even. And then acceptance and help. Some extra wrinkles may grow on the 40k devs' brains in time, and they can end the scourge of fixed box loadout foolishness in 10th edition. July 2022 will mark 2 years of 9th edition. So in under a year after 10th edition might fix the problem. This guy's going to be out of this army real quick. This guy's going to be out of this army. I guarantee you. He's a smart boy. He might have been an Iron Warrior for forever. He's been on there forever. But you know what? I can tell when somebody's had enough. And you know what? You're just watching people have had enough. It's beautiful to see. It's beautiful. It's like, I'm mad as hell! Like, you know, they're all going out there, like, beginning to realize that they're about to get, like, just absolutely riggedy wrecked in the butthole. Give him a hug. He needs a hug, man. He needs a hug. Just brutal. Imagine doing a full Terminator options will be Legends. If not, it'll be very easy to fix. Just take every 5 restriction off. Terminators are back to normal. If opponent gives you guff on either option, just stare hard at them and either relent or until their head goes scanners all over the place. I have a feeling this has to do with the Chosen models. Getting models. They've decided Terminators are an anvil and Chosen are the hammer. I don't think so. I think it's just bad game design, and I think invalidating thousands of people's models. It's such a bad play. It's such a bad play, especially because it wasn't even the best unit anyway. It's not like, oh man, Chaos Terminators, that unit's pretty invincible. It's like, it's a decent unit in a bad army. Like, what's going on here, boys? Like, this is not impressive. It's been a great blast doing it, Jenkins. I think we have I think every stream we do gets slowly better. I think the quality only goes up from here, boys. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful new horizon. Remember to share this stream, though, fellas, because we're only 30 people away. 30 away from 1,000. We're so close. We're so close. Imagine playing Iron Warriors and not having any rules other than cybernetics. No healers for high attrition warband. Ouch. Iron Within. What a Chad lad. Oh man, this is. I love how bleak this is. I really do. Like, man, that's bleak. That's bleak. Oh my. Oh my. I'm just seeing if anything else is on here because this is brutal. I bet GW's thought process on Terminator loadouts or something like Exec 1. Hey, do you think Chaos Terminator should have options to equip whatever they want, being renegades and not adhering to core rules? Sure, but let's limit the loadouts to code or whatever is in the box. So every member will have to have a different war gear. Whoa, so chaotic, so fluffy. I'm 100% fan. I am 100% Chaos Space Marine fans will love this. Wow, you guys! It's like the new Orc box. Where a third of the orcs have shooters and two-thirds have choppas. You're like, no one wants this. Yeah, but isn't that wild and crazy? Isn't that what the orcs would want, you guys? Think about it, you guys. Orcs would just be so out there. Their options would be all over the place. It's like, but it makes them unplayable. No, they're even better than they are before. I mean, because some of them have choppas and some of them have shooters. You can combine them together. It's like, it ain't happening, Captain. No one builds their army that way. It doesn't make sense. Oh, you say that, but how about when you have those shooters in with those choppers and they charge into melee and they're not as good, then you're going to be like, wow, I'm big at this, man. I'm the best. It's like, no one thinks that. No one wants a tactically useless unit. The duffel bag is getting more and more stuffed. We're tossing the orc boys into the duffel bag of destruction, boys. The orc boys are going in the duffel bag of destruction. GW design team is like it's like Cartman licking the tears off Scott Tenorman's face. The tears of unfathomable sadness. I want to see the wheels they spin when they pick the unit and gets options and locked box content. The true Grimdark right here. That's right, dude. This is the real Grimdark. The despair felt by thousands of players. Terminator News killed all my excitement for this new book. I don't care if cult troops are out, but it irks me to no end that Emperor's Children are still in. I mean, just why? It's nuts. Yeah, more and more people. The salt. This news is quite disheartening to say the least. I'm rather lucky I only have one Terminator unit with chain axes and combi bolters, which is hopefully the default option. Yeah, dude. Like, you're just watching... You're watching the stonks crash. The stonks are crashing, bro. Again, I do not predict that this is going to end well for Chaos. I think that this is going to end very poorly. And I love it. I love it. Let's get past this book to a bright, hopeful new tomorrow. We're gonna be over to a bright and hopeful new tomorrow, everyone. It's gonna be fantastic. Time to buy Chaos Marines. Lots off eBay. If you want a big Chaos Space Marine army, now is the time. Wait till this book drops, and then watch people just start clearing Terminators out, start clearing everything out. You'll have a blast. I'm so bad. Yeah, man. Now's the time. Now's the time. Oh. Just brutal. Yeah, even some of the first posts, oof, those Terminator rules, bad news. Yeah, nobody's happy about it. Nobody's happy about it. Some people are upset over the cult rules too. What's the point of Templar Crusader squads? Would you just take them... What's the point of Templar Crusader squads? Would you just take them as well as Intercessors, or just take Intercessors? That's a good question. I would take Crusader squads because those are the squads that the Black Templars mostly field. If you're asking, like, are they technically better than Intercessors? I'm not wholly sure that they are. I don't think they offer a lot of benefit, necessarily. But I think it makes sense for at least half of the troops I take to be from... If I played Black Templars, half of my troops would be from that range. Because I would want to stay in line with what the Black Templars are. Which is... That's just what they are. Yeah, that's the best part, Jorg. You're going to pay the same amount for worse models. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? I can tell Jorg's just excited. Jorg's jumping for joy. Apparently, Havocs are still going to be armed with whatever they want. Not sure how I feel on warlord traits, relics, and stratagems being largely copy and pasted from Faith and Fury. I've loved them, and it's great to hear legions may still get a lot of love, but I was kind of hoping for new toys. See, this is the thing. New toys. New models. New abilities. A new army. This is the part that everybody seems to now be finally catching on to. People want new stuff. The current stuff... Terminators were locked because they don't want them competing with Chosen. They want to sell more Chosen. I suspect that Chosen will have more options built into them that are a bit more versatile. That'd be my suspicion. I think this is going to blow up in their face. I think it already is beginning to blow up in their face. They have made a terrible decision with this, and they're going to lose a lot, in my opinion. I do not perceive Chaos doing well, financially speaking. I'd be very surprised if this saves that army. It makes sense now. Hammer bolted the Chaos Terminators, and then this happened. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense now. I can see it. My eye, my third eye has been opened, and I can see. He's just having a meltdown. I can see it. I can see the gods. I can see their wisdom. Take a 20-man Crusader squad and give them a 5+ invulnerable save and a 5+ feel no pain. Then make the Sword Brethren a champion of the feast and Sword of Judgment. Yeah, see, there's a lot of viable stuff you can do with Black Templar Crusader squads, dude. But as I said, for me personally, I would take them because it makes sense for the army to have them. I don't know if I really like big squads above 10 because of the current blast rules. Again, who cares? But I don't really play the game. But so there's a vulnerability there. But yeah, it's not good. I wasn't kidding when I said I bought a new box of Chaos Terminators. I immediately regret my decision. Should have not bought another box of Havocs. Yeah, should have bought another box of Havocs. Oh, it's not good looking. Yeah, I'm really surprised of what I'm surprised they did this, but they're not very bright. you have to remember that the IQ is not particularly stellar. So these people are all human beings. They make mistakes or they make miscalculations all the time. This one is just a particularly heinous one. This one, you can really feel the IQ just beginning to dip. You're like, no, what are you doing? He's like, no. I have the ideas. Chaos good. I'm gonna follow Trazen's advice and shelve those Chaos Terminators in the Tesseract Vault. Ooh. I can still paint my 75 Juan Diaz Demonettes. I don't care how bad the Chaos Space Marines get in the end. That's the thing. I'm building and painting demons, bro. That's what I'm doing. I'm building and painting demons and Chaos Knights. I know how to avoid a problem, which is to say that I'm just going to have a big stompy robot. I would love to sit in the design meetings at HQ. So would I. I would love to sit in. I would love to be able to sit in and just see the low IQ taking place. But you know what? I've been in those types of meetings before. Not at Games Workshop, but at different areas. We're we're going to do this and we're going to do that. I'm like, what if that doesn't work? It's gonna work. You're just like, oh, all right. Have you ever visited the old Lord of the Rings set? No, I have not. But if I go back home, maybe I will. 2 sprues, 5 models, worse rules for the same price. I continue. Oh, York. Just sit back and yell, "You're bad," every 5 minutes. Just throw something at them and it's like, "You suck at your jobs. What are you doing? You're bad." The whole time, just announcing it. So it's like, we're trying to work here, dude. It's like, "You're bad. Bad game design, bad. Not smart. Small brain. I'm crushing your head. Not good. Not optimal. Oh boy. Greater possessed, disappointing, disappearing. It's odd. It's possible they could have rolled it into the possessed unit as an upgrade. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. That seems likely. It seems probable. No, dude, cultists are the past. You know why, Jorg? Because you're not going to be able to take cultist units without taking Chaos Space Marine units. Oh. What the hell are these new cultist units going to do for us? They're not going to do shit, because you're going to have to bring a normal unit of Chaos Space Marines for every unit of cultists you take on the battlefield, baby. Yes! So they're going to give you new cultist units, but you're going to be limited in how many of them you can take. Isn't that great? Isn't everybody happy with that? I hear that's the high stonks right now, guys. I hear that's the high stonks. That's the new heights. I'm painting Black Templars now, and the shoulders with the Templar cross are so painful. I'm mixing Vallejo white and Corax white because Corax white is too thick and Vallejo white is too thin. Oh, that sucks. New mandatory Terminator unit for every normal unit you take. Oh my goodness, gotta take 5 Chaos Space Marine plebs for each Chad cultist unit. Really, Chaos Space Marines in the mainstay units like Skaven Clan Rats for an Warhammer Fantasy. Imagine if for every unit of Skaven Slaves you had to take a unit of Clan Rats. Just be like, yeah, you can have a unit of Clan, or you can have as many units of Slaves as you want, as long as you have a unit of Clan Rats for every unit of Slaves. Just uploaded my 3 works in progress Firestorm. Oh, let's see. See here, they're looking good, dude, but you know what, we will take a deeper look at them on Sunday, but I do like it. I like it. I think you're doing a good job, but again, we'll have a deeper look into them this Sunday. Oh, you know what? Even the moderators jumped in on this one, boys. Look at this, because this is how toxic it's getting in there. The toxicity is getting in there. It's getting in there, boys. Getting that toxicity in there. I love it. You're a liar. No, you're a liar. So they're just going in on. I love it. As you can see, those who are drinking the copium, fighting the doomers, fighting the realists. It's awesome. Thoughts on Minotaur squat suggestion? Oh, yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on it, Davy Jones, and I'm ignoring it. That's the biggest thought that I have. It's a great idea. Oh yeah, this thread is gold, man. I'm mining this thread and I'm getting Bitcoin out of it. Guys, you know what? Oh my god. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Wait a second, I've just come up with a great idea. What if Games Workshop is created a way to create a cryptocurrency based off the tiers of Chaos Space Marine players? What if Games Workshop has all of the Chaos Space Marine players mining Chaos Coin? What if that's what this all is? What if that's the reason why this is... Yeah, what if what if people are hodling? You know, they need you to hodl. Termi tiers, and not just Termi tiers, Chaos Space Marine tiers in general. Imagine that. Go, Doomers, go defeat those copium plebs. You would get more from Space Marine players. The Space Marine players are crying right now. I'm like, why? You have a better book. Oh, no fair. Chaos get things. No fair. We're complimentary Space Marine cake. It's amazing. You're like, what? You guys have a better codex. No fair. No fair. They have rules now. It's like, yeah, but their units are awful. No fair. More Space Marine thing. Good now. They make money on ads they see when people cry on forums. You mean Valrax on Iron Warriors? Mining Bitcoin of salt? I know. You know what, guys? They're gonna mine Chaos Coin. I'm telling you right now, this is the beginning of it. We're mining Chaos Coin. These are non-fungible Terminators. They're not non-fungible tokens, they're non-fungible Terminators. Every time you build a box of them, you're limited on your options because it's non-fungible. Yeah, that's brutal. That's brutal, man. Yeah, I've strip mined this thread. This thread has been strip mined, but it is amazing just to watch the salt flow this way, dude. The salt does floweth. We are seeing the salt flow. Yeah, the salt is flowing. Some of these people are basically still drinking the copium, but as I said, guys, don't think we'd see the dog walk in. Yeah, the dog comes in and out all the time. This is his house. He goes where he wants. Yeah, no, it's brutal. I am stunned by just the brutality of this, my guys. Like, this is savage stuff. Like, what Games Workshop has done to these poor Chaos boys. And again, I told people before, I'm like, I don't know, I don't think this book sounds like it's going to be good. People are like, how dare you? Ben Wren, when someone's spreading rumors of the old world will mostly be resin, after Horus Heresy becoming plastic, old world would seem like a personal sabotage. I do not believe that old world would be resin. Games Workshop themselves actually wants to get out of resin, Ben Wren, so I don't see how they could do it as resin as a whole. You might see resin characters, but I don't think that you will see... I think you'll see a lot of plastic miniatures. You have to understand that they're trying to capture the Total War audience, and that audience is not going to be into resin miniatures. Forge World as a whole is basically winding down, bit by bit. It will be wrapped up and pulled into Games Workshop, and most of their new products are all plastic anyway. Because all of those specialist games you see, like when you see a unit for Blood Bowl come out, that's a Forge World unit. That was designed by Forge World. Everybody hates resin, Davey. Especially since the old models were plastic, I agree. I will honor this day to be building Chaos Terminators, the Saltium Deleters. The duffel bag of destruction, baby. That's right, guys. We're watching this whole thing just get shifted into the duffel bag. It's real sad. It's a sad day for Chaos Space Marines, boys. It's a sad day. Pour one out for my Chaos boys, dude. Pour one out. Let's get it. Just pour one out for my boys, man. Pour one out. We're almost there, fellas. Just pour one out for my Chaos bros. It's brutal. It's brutal. This is the stuff I'm personally flabbergasted that they've allowed this to happen. Okay, I know you all make reference to Forge World repeatedly, but what is / was the organization place? Forge World exists still, but Forge World is where Games Workshop makes a lot of their very specialized models that are typically made out of resin. They're slowly winding it down because they don't want to deal with resin anymore. Will the new Warhound be in plastic? The Warhound for Titanicus will be probably a plastic model, I would suspect. Pull one out and do doggy's bowl. Huh? I don't even understand what you're trying to tell me, Coleman. What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about, brother? Remember when Forge World used to make upgrade kits to make existing kits look different? They still do, but not really, not often. They still do that for no, they stopped doing that for Necromunda because the plastic kits came out, didn't they? Specialized models with crappy resin. Ooh, Peter Miller's right on the money. The duffel train knows no bag. Choo choo. Oh boy. Oh boy, the duffel train is coming, boys. The Forge World Firmer were so cool. I agree. I love these upgrade kits. I loved them as well. I bought a bunch of them. I have some Night Lords ones over there still. Text-to-speech while driving doesn't work too good with the southern accent. Hey now, y'all. Now, y'all need to listen right here, right now. We need the doggies bowl. Oh, by the way, if someone had a Forge World Emperor's Children Land Raider doors, I will buy them. I do not. And I would, if I did, I wouldn't sell them. I still love my Krieger models. Yeah, Krieg's fine, but Krieg's coming in plastic. You know why Krieg's coming in plastic, Wolf? Because they're going to take it off Forge World. That's what's going to happen. I'll paint old world models for Total War players on eBay. It will say pro painted, and they will have no idea what the disaster they're going to be paying for. Oh, Marcus, you're mean. We've got so many mean people in the chat, man. That's fraud. Why are you doing the fraud on my stream, bro? Why are you trying to fraud people? Come on, man. What are you, a Chaos Space Marine designer? Trying to fraud people into buying your army? Giving people the idea that Chaos is going to be good? How dare you, sir? How dare you? So there is a subreddit for Chaos called this is a small subreddit, bro. This is not big. It's 12,000 members. If I compare that to even I think the Tau one's bigger. Oh, is the Tau one bigger? Oh no. Oh, the Tau one's 3 times bigger. Oh no! I'm like, how small is this? Oh my god. The bleeding. The bleeding. Hold on, I'm gonna see. How big is the Orc subreddit? And the Tyranid one? Pretty sure I'm on the Tyranid one as well. Man. Orc subreddit, 44,000. Tyranid subreddit, 30,000. Chaos subreddit, 12,000. Oh. That's a punch in the balls, man. Because I took a look at like 46 active users online. Like, what's going on here, fellas? Like, what's up? And I took one look and I'm like, oh. Check our Necron tier. Yeah, I'm on there too. Let's see what the Necrons have to say about this. Necron tier, 40,000. Oh, you know, people didn't believe me when I'm like, man, people like Chaos Space Marines are in trouble. Like, you know, they're not doing well. Everyone's like, no, man, you're crazy. I'm like, no, man, I don't think anybody's playing this army. I think you've killed this Games Workshop for years. Ha! You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch, Dino. That's funny as shit. Yeah, that's brutal. Man, like, so I want to see if anybody's even on here talking about this. No. Oh man. This is depressingly sad. No one's even talking about it on here. That, like, when was their last post? 7 hours ago. The latest post that has no traction is from 4 hours ago. Oh man. Even their news on Mini Wargaming's range for Chaos Minis has 3 upvotes. Argo, just so you know, Reddit is a major center for Warhammer 40,000 in terms of its community. It's a major center for it. And when there's like no one on your subreddit, that's not a great sign. That means low adoption. A niche within a niche, the Chaos Space Marines 30k Chaos players probably have a bigger sub count on Reddit. Oh no! Yeah, I play Chaos before Chaos for Oh, really? How do you do that? I joined Horus Heresy. Oh, this is ruthless. What a ruthless day today's been. I hate to say it. I hate to say I'm indulging in drinking these tears, but man, I can't believe just how ruthless this has been today, man. Wow, what the heck? I can't believe that this is kind of the case. Wow. Holy. Wow. I gotta say that they are not doing well, man. Let's see Death Guard. Does Death Guard have a big subreddit? Death Guard has more people on it than the normal one, but even that's only 20,000. Wow. And the other one is the combined subreddit for all the forces of Chaos. You've got Demons, you've got Knights, you've got Chaos Marines, or any of the sub-factions of Chaos Marines. It's crazy. One line in entry rumor to dump sparked it. Yeah, like oh no, I mean Chaos has been bad for a long time, but if you're talking about like why people are mad because the army's bad. And even the new rumors weren't that strong, and once you start defanging some of the only units that are powerful for them, you're not going anywhere good. You're not going anywhere good. You're like, yeah, so no plasma. Are you sure? Yeah, no plasma on your Terminators. You can only take 1 or 2. But I have a whole squad with them already built. Yeah, whatever. It's a legal unit. Go buy another box and then put those 2 in with those 2 and you'll be fine. Oh. If it's a troll, it's a brilliant troll. And for the record, I still think the book is bad even without defanging the Chaos Space Marines so far. Jorg comes in with the comment of the day. Yeah, absolutely. Just give me 1 second here. Jorg comes in with the comment of the day, which is, good thing Khaine is going to come out after the murder of the Chaos players. He has the right to come out. Oh my god, we're going to screen cap that. Hold on. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna put this together, and then I will post the link to the Bolter and Chainsword rumors. And why are we gonna do this? Because I'm gonna post this in the duffel bag of destruction. I'm gonna make a meme out of this. This deserves to be memed, my friends. There's no two ways about it. Hold on. I just want to make sure I save this first. There we go. All right, that's saved, and then we will. I'll make a meme about this later because that's beautiful. I love that. Let's go back here. I think it's page 14. Nope. It's here. Page 13. Yes, I want to go back. Yes, back in time. Alright, let's try 15. Alright, here we go, page 15. Alright, dude, I'm dropping it in the chat. Frost38, have you seen the leaked images of the new Khaine? I can PM it on Discord. Sure, dude. Send it over, Frost. Let's take a look. What? Oh, wow. Guys, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Frost. Wow. Well then. Well then, thank you, Frost. We're going to use these right now. Just give me 1 second here. I just want to make sure I've got this. It should be on its own thing. 2 different head options, too. That's crazy. Wow, they really should have just revealed the whole thing today, man. They really should have. I guess they really wanted it to be for LVO, but that's just not working out, bro. So hold on. First things first. Let's get these 2 together. And then I'm going to flip this on for Discord for you guys to see. But yeah, we're here, baby. The full picture's been revealed. It's a little bit of a potato camera, but it's here. It's here, fellas. It's here. Look at that. Look at that right there. There he is, with white hair. So that's a version without the helmet on. That's cool. And the axe. And then, look at this one, the traditional one. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful model. Look at that sword. That's everything I wanted. I don't know if they're going to give him a spear. I think they're giving him an axe and a sword. People talked about a spear, but I don't think they saw it. But we've been running for 2.5 hours so far today, and I want to walk my dog, but I actually think I might make a video with this in it. Not because I'm a news or rumor guy, but because I love the avatar of Khaine. And which I did before. Even if the model is useless to use, yeah, like... Yeah, like this is a beautiful model. I love the avatar. Look at the base on it too. That's a brilliant base. It's not tall, but man, he looks like he's going to be a big boy. That looks amazing. Look at that, guys. Hold on, we're going to run the stream for... So, I've updated the name of the stream. We're gonna leave this picture up, guys, and we're just gonna talk for a little bit. Yeah, full model revealed on stream. He doesn't look small, man. That's an 80mm base, supposedly. So supposedly this base is the size of a Redemptor base. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be that small, man. I think he's gonna be bigger than a Redemptor Dreadnought. Jorg says, delicious. Can't wait to charge him with my Chaos Terminators. He won't stand a chance. That's awesome. He's going to be way bigger than Gullyman. Yeah, he's probably going to be 50 to 60% larger than Gullyman. I expect him to be a big boy. I expect him to be as big. I thought he was going to be somewhere in between a. I think that he's going to be somewhere in between the size of a Bloodthirster and a Keeper of Secrets. I don't think he's going to be as big as the Keeper. I think he'll be somewhere in between. Yeah. Wow. That's intense. That's an intense image, guys. Like I love it. And the alternative look. Oof. Wow. Wow, here we are. That's amazing. I love the helmet. I love this model, man. This is a great looking model. The only advantage I like about this one a bit more is I like that the top knot is shorter. I think the fire looks great, Byron. How dare you? How dare you, Byron? Yeah, it looks like it'd be magnetizable too. The hand the same? Yeah, hand's the same. I can't believe they went with an axe instead of a spear. Still, that's intense. Man, what an awesome looking model. I'm super excited for this model. How did they get the picture of me after my spicy tacos last night? Well, they figured it out when they were putting it all together. They were like, you know what, guys? We're going to make the Chaos Space Marines garbage. But we're going to make the Eldar amazing. Yeah, like a spear or a sword are cool, but I don't think an axe really works for Eldar at all. It's sort of like when they made the elves in Age of Sigmar with all those hammers. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, he looks brutal without that helmet. Look at that. You have to remember that this would actually not even be Khaine's face. It would be the face of the man who mutated into Khaine for the purposes of the ritual, which is even more savage. He's out there just screaming in pain as Khaine's soul burns through him. That's awesome. That's just brutal, man. I love this. That's intense. So yeah, what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to make a quick video on this. It's only going to be a minute long. Would you say Chaos is worth a... no, Chaos is going to be better off than before they got a book, but they're going to still be in the low tier army, in my opinion. Maybe we'll see. Maybe they'll be great. The pain would be fine because after that, Slaanesh can't touch their soul. That's right, because their soul is literally annihilated from existence. You have to remember, when you host the avatar of Khaine, it's the last thing you'll ever do, because Khaine literally consumes your soul like kindling, which is awesome. So yes, I'm going to make a quick video, guys. It's not going to be long. Again, it's just going to be a minute long. I know YouTube's going to be pissed about my algorithmic choices by the morning, but I don't care. I just love the avatar. I just love it. So that's what I'm going to do. I will catch everyone later. We've been streaming for almost 3 hours. So I think we had a pretty good stream today. And as always, we will stream tomorrow. We stream every day, boys. Every day. So I will catch you guys then. Have yourselves a good one.